do it.
This
We need a dub.
is
We do.
the Baylor Baseball pregame show on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott & White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Coming up, we'll break down today's game, check scores, and take you inside Baylor baseball. And now, let's go live to the booth with Derek Smith.
From high atop Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, we welcome in today for the finale of a three-game series between Baylor and BYU. It's the rubber match of a three-game set. After the Bears won the opener, BYU bounced back yesterday. Today's winner claims the series. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Also, a happy early Easter to you. Alongside Tom Barfield, I'm Derek Smith. It was Baylor with a 12-5 victory on Friday evening, but then BYU bounced back for a 10-4 win last night. Two reasonably comfortable wins for the victors on the weekend, but don't know if you expect that to be the case today when you've got a series on the line. Tom, you know you're going to get both teams' best efforts, and in so doing, I really like who the Bears have on the mound to start in Ethan Calder and who they have available in the bullpen as the game goes on, e.g. Caleb Bunch and others who haven't pitched this weekend.
Yeah, and that's the whole key, Derek. If you can get 5 good from Ethan Calder, well, then you are in a spectacular position to finish the baseball game on the mound. Here's the thing. Do you score when you have opportunities to score? You did on Thursday night. You, quite honestly, did not last night or yesterday afternoon, rather. And so what does this team do to begin the day? What does this team do offensively early on in the ball game? It's pretty clear, Derek. When they score early, when they score first, they're pretty good. They win a lot of ball games. But they just don't do a great job of chasing, and a lot of teams don't, but this team just doesn't do that very well. But so getting off to a good start is really kind of a key offensively in my book.
And head coach Mitch Thompson has juggled the lineup a bit. In fact, this has been a team this year that has only brought the same batting order up 2 games in a row just once on the season. That was Saturday and Sunday in Houston. Everything else has been different game to game, and it's different today. Travis Sanders in the leadoff spot, as you would expect. But Ty Johnson, who's 4 for 8 on the weekend, is in the 2 spot. And then Brady Janusek, who's been on a tear, 5 for 11 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. He is in the 3 hole. Boy, Tom, it would be big for these Bears if that's a sign of what's to come for Ty Johnson. Baylor has missed his bat. It's been quiet, and maybe he feels some confidence from what he's done this weekend and from that chance to go up in the 2 hole where he's really going to have an opportunity, I should say, to impact the game.
There's no doubt, and you know what? He has had his best weekend of the year, no question, with what is at stake inside conference play. And what he's been able to do, going 4 for 8 with a couple of runs scored and a couple of RBIs, this is a guy that has. This is a guy that can help. And again, we were talking about it before we went on the air. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to yank it over the right field wall. He's just taking it and hitting it right back where it came from. And Derek, he's used the middle of the field and he's used left field, and he's been very, very good.
And Bo Caraway in the number 9 spot. Bo Caraway gets the start in center field today. And, Tom, he's a freshman. He's hitting just .214. But he has a tool that is truly, truly elite. Top of the game, and that's his speed.
You can't coach it. You can't stop it. This guy can fly. We saw him one night go first to home, and I was absolutely amazed at the blazing speed that he possesses. Now, obviously, you can't steal first base. So he's got to get on base. But when he gets on base, Derek, he is a big-time weapon.
Well, hopefully he gets on. Today is a day in which the wind is blowing in, Tom. If someone does poke it out, they really have to give it a ride. But that means It's a good day for the Bears to play the type of game that we saw last week in Houston. They've talked about get guys on base, try to create some havoc on the bases, go first to third, get guys in motion, send base runners. All of those things could play to their favor today.
We saw that last weekend. We saw it a lot last weekend. We saw guys bunting to get on base. We saw guys stealing bags. We saw double steals. We saw a steal of home. We saw first to third. You saw Baylor initiate the pressure to their opponent, and thus they won 3 ball games. Now they got good pitching too, but on the offensive side, they were able to take the game to their opponent.
We are just about 15 minutes away from first pitch here on this Saturday afternoon. Baylor and BYU. We'll give you the starting lineups and hear from head coach Mitch Thompson when we come back after this. Baylor and BYU in the series finale on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It is a cloudy, overcast afternoon, but the rain has moved out of the area. Cool day, 66 degrees our temperature with humidity pretty warm, 60s, pretty heavy, I should say, 66%. And the wind is blowing in at 16 miles per hour. Starting lineups are in the books for this one for a matchup that sees Baylor 17-13 on the air and 6-5 in Big 12 play, taking on BYU 14-15 in the conference, 14-15 overall, I beg your pardon, 5-6 overall in conference play, a game behind the Bears. Today's also a game for seeding. If Baylor and BYU finish tied in the Big 12 standings, the winner of today's game would have the tiebreaker. When it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics, Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texans. Here are the starting lineups first for the visitors, the Cougars of BYU. They are wearing blue jersey tops with gray pants, white letters and numerals, blue trim. The lineup looks like this. Bryker Herdsman leads it off in right field, followed by Ezra McNaughton, 4 hits on the weekend for their DH. He's at .391 with 9 homers and 34 RBIs. Ryder Robinson, the shortstop, hits third. Easton Jones cleans up at third base. Tulao Wolfgram in center field bats fifth, followed by the first baseman Matt Hansen in the 6th spot. Rich Erickson, who's been fantastic this weekend for them, 4 for 5 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs, bats in the 7 hole and catches. Keone Painter in left field bats 8th, and Patrick Graham at 2nd. That's 9th. The pitcher is Kaysen Bell, a right-handed sophomore with a 1-0 record and a 6.28 ERA. Baylor wearing the Sunday Golds on this Saturday afternoon. Green letters and numerals, white trim. Mitch Thompson's lineup looks like this. Travis Sanders brings a 33-game on-base streak into the lineup today, leading off at shortstop, followed by the left fielder Ty Johnson, who, as we said, is 4 for 8 on the weekend. Brady Janusek, a pair of homers and 6 RBIs in right field on the weekend, bats third. He's a perfect game, midseason freshman All-American, and he's followed in the cleanup spot by the first baseman, Tice Armstrong. The Bosqueville product from just up the river bats fifth, DH John Ewens. He's followed in the 6th spot by Pearson Reebok, desperately looking to get it going at the plate. He is at second base in the 6th spot. Lower third of the order, J.J. Kennett, 4 hits on the weekend, catches, bats 7th. Cade Dodson at third base bats 8th, and then Bo Caraway, the freshman center fielder with tremendous speed, bats 9th. Ethan Calder is the pitcher. He is 2-3 with a 4.54 earned run average. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. Fans are making their way into Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, a game originally scheduled for 1 today, but luckily BYU's travel arrangements allowed them to move this game back, and the weather is looking much better now for us to get this game in. Time now to hear from Bears head coach Mitch Thompson. Baylor needs to improve on their play yesterday because BYU really played better than Baylor in a number of phases en route to the 10-4 win last night.
Well, yeah, you got to give BYU credit for yesterday. They played well. I thought that they pitched a little better. They played a little better defense, and they swung the bats up and down.
Derek,
it
says 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
Give them credit.
Yes.
So our job today is show back up and go win a series. And I think every time when you go into a series, if you can get to Sunday and you got a chance to win it, that's the place you'd like to be. Well, here we go. It's a big game today because today's the most important game of the year, and it's another chance to win a series. So let's go get it.
Ethan Calder getting the start for the Bears today. He brings that veteran moxie, and it seems like a sense of even if he has an inning that doesn't go well, he doesn't let one become two. How valuable is that?
Yeah, we need that veteran presence, no question. We need Ethan to go out here and be himself and do his job, get us through 4, 5, 6 innings. Hopefully 5, 6 would be great. Other than that, we're in good shape. We've got guys ready to go in the bullpen. We haven't thrown Caleb Bunch yet, so that's good. Today's a day that the ball's not going to travel quite like it has the last 2 days. The wind's turned around and coming in rather than going out. So a little bit different day. We need Ethan to go out and be a veteran for sure.
As you mentioned, Coach, the wind is blowing in today, so maybe we might not get 900 feet of home runs again from Tice Armstrong and Brady Janusek, but boy, they've been hitting the ball hard.
They have, and if we do get them 400 plus feet home runs from them, then it's really going to be something today because it's going to be tough to do that. Probably the only place the ball will go out of the yard is probably right down the left field line. Maybe guys could hook one out there, but. There won't be any going out to center field and won't be many going out to right field today. So it's a defensive day. It's a speed day. It's a day that we're going to need to be able to use some different tools in our bag and keep the ball on the line and maybe bunt and move runners and do some of that. Offensively, we just need to go out and score one more than them, and that's the whole idea.
Brady Janusek, obviously we've talked about his talent from day one this year. I think he's maybe had 2 of his better weeks in the last 3 weekends. I'd say you've probably seen 2 of his best weeks so far. At Oklahoma State, a home run. He's had a good weekend here. What are you seeing from him in terms of growth? That growth that lets him to become a dangerous hitter every Big 12 weekend.
I think every freshman as they come in and they start to have success, they kind of figure out that hey, I can do this. And I can be pretty good at this, and I think Brady's
4 minutes and 24 seconds.
Can do it. He can find out that he can.
No. Got minutes left is like 2:40.
I think love that.
Yes, it's 2:40. It's 2:40.
How he goes about his business.
Sorry, Derek.
He's taking information and putting it to use and learning and growing and
my hair's going fire.
I think he's getting better, and I think what you're seeing is exactly what you said. This kid just keeps getting better. That's the way you want every hitter to go, and we're starting to make some progress there too. And so,
I
think there's good things coming.
Visiting with head coach Mitch Thompson at his series finale today, and
sure
the schedule that this team has been tested with. It's a top 10 schedule in the nation, and it's very true. There's nothing in after the game.
Sure,
I've already seen in terms of talent-wise the opposition. I'm curious for a young team. Is there something though about learning?
Don't mind I do.
Big 12 when you play the same team 3 times each weekend. There's something different in conference, and is that something guys have to learn to step up to?
Oh, I think no question. You've got to get to the point where you just flat out expect it, and not only are we hoping to win, but we expect to win, and we're going to fight and get it done, and we're getting there. We're getting there. We keep getting more and more opportunities. We keep winning Friday games, giving us more and more opportunities to win series, and we've had opportunities every week this year in conference, and so. We need to go get this one today. This can't do anything about anything in the past, but let's go get this one today and move the conference record to 7-5 and keep progressing. So, but there is something to learning how to win, learning how to finish off a series and doing it. And Sundays are really important. It's always been an important game.
to do that, it always helps to have your bullpen ready to go. I think you would gladly take 7 innings from Ethan Calder like you got last week, but even short of that, how does the bullpen, the guys you have available, stack up today?
Yeah, we've got, basically RJ's available, Atkinson's available, McLeod's available, McFadden's available, Bunch is for sure available. We've got plenty down there in the bullpen to go, guys that are capable and have pitched big innings for us. We want Ethan to go out there and give us as much as he can, and when it's time for somebody else to take the ball, we'll make that move. But we need to play a little cleaner defense. If we'll play that defense clean today, that'll be a big thing too. Don't give them anything free. Make them earn everything they get. No walks, no hit batters, no stolen bases, wild pitches. Just make them earn everything they get, and we'll be in good shape.
You coach, and finally it is Faith and Family Day at the ballpark, and it is Easter weekend. We have so many guys on this team who represent Baylor and live out their faith so well. What does it mean to you to get to lead them in that? And what's your message to the Baylor family on Easter?
Well, we're so blessed. We've got so many great kids and from great families, that have chosen this place. Many because of the Christian influence that this place, that Baylor thrives on, and that Baylor really, really emphasizes. And so, Easter weekend, we were all aware yesterday of Good Friday and what that means, and had a great chapel service with a former Bear, Sean Tollison, and so I'm anxious to get this game in tonight, go get a win, let these guys go spend Easter with their families, hopefully, and celebrate the resurrection of our King. So. Hopefully we'll get that all done and line it up, and we can come back on Monday and put with a smile on our face and be ready to go again.
Sounds like a good plan, Coach. Go again.
Thanks,
Happy
Derek.
Easter. Head coach Mitch Thompson with his pregame comments. It is Baylor and BYU, the rubber match of a 3-game series straight ahead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better,
Let's do this, guys.
more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
This is Baylor Baseball. Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's game is brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott and White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Get ready. Get ready. The first pitch is just moments away. Now, let's go back to the booth with Derek Smith.
It is just about that time. The series finale, Baylor and BYU. A series impacted a bit by weather. Yesterday's game moved up. Today's game moved back on a weekend that goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so that these teams could be home and celebrating, worshiping on Easter rather than playing baseball. The series finale is straight ahead. It's a rubber match. The winner of today's game is the winner of the series. Ethan Calder has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're about to get underway. The first inning brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics. Last week, Tom, Ethan Calder got numerous outs on 2 pitches or less. He threw first pitch strikes to 21 of 29 batters. en route to a 7-inning victory. He pitched 7 innings en route to the Baylor victory. Got to say, you talk about a recipe for success, that's a recipe right there.
Yeah, with the wind blowing in today, Derek, he can attack the strike zone.
Bryker Herdsman stands in, the right-handed batter. Calder rocks and fires a fastball off the plate, and we are underway. Ethan Calder, a 2-3 record, a 4.54 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 9 walks in 33 2/3 innings. Herdsman tried to throw on the brakes but could not check his swing in time, and that is a strike. And the count evens at 1-1. Bryker Herdsman, a senior out of St. George, Utah. Utah Tech transfer, swings and lifts a foul back over the first base seats and out of play. Herdsman has been a tough out against the Bears this week, 4 for 11. Nothing fancy, just keeps singling, and he's in the leadoff spot. 1-2 to the leadoff man. Here is the pitch. Tried to check his swing and did so successfully. Defensive alignment for Baylor. Ty Johnson is in left field today. Freshman Bo Caraway, man center. Brady Janusek is in right. Tyce Armstrong is at first base. Pearson Reebok at second. Shortstop Travis Sanders. Cade Dodson at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fought off foul. And then the battery, the catcher is J.J. Kennett. The pitcher is Ethan Calder. Blake Felix calls balls and strikes today. The rest of the umpiring crew sees Matthew Schaefer at first. Casey Mosier, the second base umpire. Jeff Heinrichs is at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pours in a fastball, strike 3 call. Ethan Calder with the punch out, and there's one away.
Not sure. I mean, he throws one right down Main Street, and he just locked him up, didn't he, Derek?
He absolutely did, and that is a good start for the Bears. Baylor pitchers on the weekend have struck out 17 now, walked 8, and hit 3 batters. You would like to see that ratio of strikeouts to free passes increase a bit. And Calder gets the strikeout to start the game. Here's the left-handed Ezra McNaughton. Calder misses low with a breaking ball. Ball 1. Appreciate everyone watching on our Inside the Booth cam. We have added that this weekend. A few dozen of y'all yesterday. Like to grow those numbers. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is in for a strike. And the count evens at 1-1.
Are they going to see us eating our ice creams?
But yes, they will.
Okay.
It's inside the booth. It's like you're here with us. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pulled the string on him with a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and it is 1-2.
Now, what will we snack on next weekend? Do you know? I mean, we're going to be in Cincinnati,
Ohio.
I need to
get you some Cincinnati chili?
I need to know what we're doing. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, let's. Well, I'll tell you this. 1-2, the count to the one-out batting Ezra McNaughton. The pitch from Ethan is a tapper back over the mound. It's going to be a tough play for Sanders. Barehand pick, throw to first, bang, bang, play out. What a play by Travis Sanders on a slow chopper that once it bounced high over the mound, it was going to be a tough play, but Tom Sanders ran in, barehand picked it and threw in one motion to first for the out.
He's not going to get that guy out. There's no way. Once that ball went over Ethan's head, it's an impossibility. That's an infield single. But somehow, some way, Sanders with a barehand pick and a bullet to first base, and there's 2 up and 2 down. That's a terrific start.
Great play by the veteran, and now here is Ryder Robinson with 2 outs. The pitch, Paint on the outside corner with a fastball, strike 1. Tom, it's still about making the routine plays. Baylor's been good at that this year. Yesterday, less so. 3 errors, uncharacteristic for the Bears. You never know if that play indicates anything or not, but it's nice to see a nice defensive play like that right off the bat. There's a little liner that's going to drop into right center field. A base hit. Ryder Robinson with a hard hit single into right center, and he's aboard with 2 outs. First hit of the game for the Cougars.
But if he doesn't make that play, Derek, you're looking at first and third and 1 out right now.
That's right.
That's what you're looking at. That's what that play did for you. Now what you hope is just a 2-out single, and that's the end of the conversation. But if you don't make that play that Trav just made a moment ago, then it's first and third and 1 out, and you're in a jam.
Here is Easton Jones, the 2-out batter. The right-handed slugger looks at a pitch outside, ball 1. Baylor 6-5 in Big 12 play, a game ahead of BYU. A lot of teams bunched up in that area there. 4-7, 5-6, 6-5. The pitch, breaking ball just off the outside corner, and it's 2-0 to Jones. is.
Oh, that is a terrific pitch. He just didn't get the call, and now he falls behind 2-0. Let's see what – Ethan's a veteran guy. You know, some guys would cave right here. Okay, here we go. We're 2 outs into it in the pitch com. We're having a pitch com problem.
It's like time to go back. Pitch comes free. It's not just Baylor. This is all teams. You ever watch the show Get Smart? The Cone of Silence that was like this, this secretive communication thing that was always having issues.
Okay, so hang on a second, Derek. He took the bad one off but did not put a new one on. That's interesting.
Interesting, that is. Well, that's what this pitch com reminds me of sometimes, the Cone of Silence having issues for everyone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Wave and a miss through a tailing fastball away, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, he said, here's fastball. Here we go.
Wind blowing in from center field after blowing out the last 2 games. Here's the pitch. That's over the outside corner. A fastball evens the count at 2-2. Tice Armstrong holding on Ryder Robinson at first base. This is not a team that runs much, although Robinson leads the team in steals with 7 in 9 attempts. Calder a good pickoff move in the 2-2 pitch. Oh, almost got the back door with a breaking ball again, but did not get the call. So a tight corner from Blake Felix, the home plate umpire. Again, if that's consistent, hopefully that is the case for both teams, and you adjust to it. But, man, that's a call you want for your pitcher.
No doubt.
Runner will be on the move. There's a throw over to first. Ethan Calder with a fast step off, and the throw not in time.
When you do that, Derek, you got to make sure you break the plane of the pitching rubber before you throw over to first base.
Here's the payoff. Runner on the move, and it's fouled back. We'll do it all again. Ethan Calder, the veteran, 5 innings shy coming into the day of 200 for his career. Left-handed senior has been a reliable man for the Bears during his time here in green and gold. Senior from Lake Travis High School in the Austin area. Here's another payoff pitch, and it's fouled off once again. Tell you what, does it look Ryder Robinson didn't exactly just speeding off there at first base on these payoff pitches.
No, and he's a guy with wheels. I mean, they don't run a lot, particularly down towards the middle bottom of the order, but at the top they got some guys that can go, and he's one of them. He's got 7 stolen bases in 9 tries, and they've tried hit and run a couple of times and just haven't been able to make it work.
Here's another payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip strikeout. That's 2 strikeouts for Ethan Calder here in the first inning, and that's all for BYU. They get a hit, strand a base runner, and so the Bears will come to bat for the first time against Kaysen Bell, the right-handed starter for BYU. When we come back after this, it's Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
Looking for a fun night out with family or friends? Head to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark and catch Baylor baseball this season. Single games are on sale now, starting at just $6 for general.
It sounds good to me.
Stop by the
Yes, sir.
days featuring discounted concession items plus
I will for sure. But I mean, right now it sounds great to me.
at BaylorBears.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Baylor Ballpark.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at Baylor Ballpark, where the Bears will bat for the first time in a scoreless series finale against BYU. First inning brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics. Baylor will hit today against right-handed sophomore Kaysen Bell. Kaysen Bell, a 1-0 record, a 6.28 ERA in 14 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts and 8 walks for Kaysen Bell. they will probably go with the opener approach again today. Bell has made 7 appearances, 2 starts, and pitched just 14 innings. So, again, we talk about the bullpens, Tom, where Baylor stacks up today. I think Baylor has the better bullpen anyway. BYU, the worst ERA in the conference as a staff. But not only that, I think the pitchers Baylor has had to use or had not to use, you compare that to BYU, it's good, especially on a day in which you hope you can get 5+ innings from Baylor starter Ethan Calder, but BYU starter is not a long inning guy.
No, he's not. And remember, on Thursday, they went very deep. I think they went 6 arms into their pitching staff. So, Derek, they may be a little thin today.
Here is Travis Sanders making his way to the plate against Case and Bell. Tom, we appreciate everyone at our flagship station, ESPN Central Texas, juggling these changing game times. It's a busy weekend. Baylor men's basketball today. Unfortunately, the season came to an end on this Final Four Saturday, but they played out there in the Crown Basketball Classic and couldn't quite get it done today against Oklahoma. Here's the first pitch to Travis Sanders, a fastball up, ball 1.
Very competitive game from the opening tap, and
it was. Hey, you got to play into April. That's not a bad thing, no matter what tournament it is in.
And they got better and better as the season went on, particularly the last 2 or 3 weeks.
1-0 to the waiting Sanders. There's a fastball in for his strike, and it's 1-1. Isaac Williams, who was a big part of that late season improved play, coming back. We'll see who else is, but that was nice to see. Just couldn't quite get it done today, but hope it was a good experience for everyone out in Las Vegas at the Crown. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's down and away. It's probably a good thing, Tom. We got to get John Morris off that Las Vegas Strip where he's just running amok, right?
He's been out there, seems like about a week and a half.
It's been a while. We joke, of course. That is not John, but it is kind of funny. I'm sure he is eager to be back for Easter now that the season is over, even though we would have liked to have called one tomorrow. There's a pitch down low, and it's 3-1.
It was fun watching Carr and Yesufu kind of carry that team towards the end of the season. I mean, it was fun. They were good.
Yeah. 2 outstanding players for sure. 3-1 to Sanders, trying to start off the inning by Ricci, but he swings through a fastball. Gets a piece of it, just a bit of foul, and it's 3-2. It's the spring sports. It's the spring sports stage now.
Yep.
Baseball, softball, track and field, acrobatics and tumbling.
Golf and
tennis. Here's the payoff, just off the plate away. That was a tough pitch to take, but Sanders has a good eye, and he has walked for the 19th time this season, the most on the team, and he's aboard.
Oh, Travis Sanders is on base?
Yes. What do you know about? I wonder how many times in this 34-game on base streak, Tom, he's reached the very first at-bat, because he did yesterday. He did on Thursday. He did on Tuesday. I mean, neither here nor there, but might be kind of interesting.
It's a good point. Yep. I mean, get it out of the way and get going.
The shift is on against Ty Johnson, and now let's see how the Bears play this. He is 4 for 8 on the weekend, but he can bunt. You've got the leadoff man aboard, and he's taking up right away, ball 1. 7 pitches for Case and Bell. Just 2 of them have been in the zone.
Would you call Case and Bell an opener like we had on Thursday?
I think he's that type. Here's the 1-0, a wave and a miss, and a fastball up in the zone, and the count evens at 1-1. Bell out of St. George, Utah, near Zion National Park. Make his way up to northern Utah to play for the Cougars. Here's the 1-1 pitch, runner going, hit and run. There's a ground ball past the mound. It's going to be a tough play, and they won't make it. Oh, they might. It is just in time. Oh, he advanced to the runner, and I thought he was going to beat that, but the second baseman there, Patrick Graham, was able to just pick that up and fling it on in the nick of time for the out.
Not what you were hoping for, but he got the ball in play, and he moved the runner along, and that's a good thing.
It is, so it's a productive out, and now here is Brady Janusek.
How about Trent Pratt right now? What is he talking about?
He's bothered by something. He's talking with the first base umpire.
Now he's talking to Casey Mosier.
Well, he called him up there. Let's see. They're going to talk something through.
What in the world could this be about? I'm unclear, quite frankly.
Was there any cross traffic between runner and second base?
That's where it'd have to be, I would think.
Maybe we'll get a look at the replay here. No,
getting a good
was
look.
Was there any runner interference there?
That's the only thing I could think of is that there's something that occurred at second base, and Jeff Hendricks is the third base umpire. He's kind of leading this discussion. We got a monitor in our radio booth, and he's kind of leading the discussion, and I'm really at a loss for words, Derek, on what it has to be something around second base. It was not at first base. There's no way.
No, it was. I agree. That was root. That ended up just being as routine as a bang play at first.
Unless he's asking, was that a foul ball off the foot? I mean,
they get you get a runner at second, but you get the out.
Well, here comes Pratt back out to talk to Casey Mosier.
All right, Tom, here's the replay. We're taking a look at second. So the second baseman did have to dance around Travis, and Tom, I'll be honest, Travis did a little hook there that might have extended the baseline, but I can't tell you that it was 3 feet outside the imaginary baseline.
That's exactly right. It's 3 feet outside the imaginary line, and he's got just as much right to go to second base as he does to field the baseball. And in fact, he probably has more of a right
for sure.
to go to the bag. So,
and it doesn't look like anything's gonna come on this. Tom, you've described this very well. The baseline is not a straight line from base to base.
No.
It is where the base runner establishes how he's getting to the base.
And it's fluid. I mean, he can continue to change that base path as he moves.
Here is Brady Janusek having a tremendous weekend, and he takes a fastball on the inside corner, strike one. 11-game hitting streak for the true freshman. 5 for 11 on the weekend. 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. Bats here with a man at second base, and 1 away. Bears with an opportunity to strike quickly here in the series finale, but Kaysen Bell throwing strikes, delivers one over the outside corner. He's painted both corners of the plate here to start the at-bat to Janusek. Big, strong right fielder, true freshman for the Bears. Now they're going to turn and zing it back to second base, but Sanders slides back in without a tag. Tom, talking to Brady Janusek, whether on the radio or at our luncheons, and you ran into him while we ran into the other, he kind of has that natural good athlete assurance about him is how I would describe it. Not cocky, but there's an assurance about the way he handles things. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Ridge Erickson, who's done a share of that this weekend, and the count is 1-2.
No, there's no question he's a guy that carries himself with a lot of confidence, but he's also a good teammate, Derek. I mean, you can tell that he's not about just himself. He's about the other 39 guys in that dugout.
Runner at second, 1 out for the Bears. We're scoreless early. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Janusek is smoked foul over the BYU dugout. And we'll do it again. Jim Blair coaching at third. Zach Dillon over at first. It's a cool Saturday afternoon. Here is the pitch. Pulled the string and got the strikeout. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And there's 2 away. That's the first strikeout for Kaysen Bell. So it'll bring up Tice Armstrong with 2 away here. And for Tice, an opportunity. He had a 2-run homer to start the game on Friday night, a first inning 2-run homer. Got the opportunity to do that again, but right now you'd gladly take just a single anywhere on the field if it would get that run home.
Absolutely. You're looking for anything right here with 2 outs.
Big right-handed hitting Tice Armstrong stands in the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. A cutter there from Bell. And today's not really a home run day. If you're going to poke one out of here, probably have to be about the left field corner, which Tice is certainly capable of. He's got 12 homers, 38 runs batted in on this season. Bell from the stretch. He's going to fake and then throw it on back to second base. Sanders is back standing up. Bears trying to make something happen in the bottom of the first inning. Here's an 0-1 in the dirt, a breaking ball. And the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ridge Erickson did a nice job yesterday blocking 58-footers, and he's off and running again today.
So he was actually a high school teammate of his pitcher, Tom, both from Dixie High School in St. George, Utah. And you're right, he has saved them runs, no doubt. I would say runs plural. Here's the 1-1. There it is again, a sweeping breaking ball outside. And, Tom, there's back-to-back pitches that if he doesn't stop, Travis Sanders is crossing home plate. He's at second base right now, but he would have got two free bases. The 2-1 pitch swung on and lifted out to center field. It's got Wolfgram going back, and he's able to get there. He hit that 104 miles off the bat, right back where it came from. Unfortunately, he hit it into the teeth of the wind, and it stayed up for Wolfgram to make the catch. A leadoff walk, but nothing more for the Bears, and we're scoreless after an inning to play. Baylor and BYU in the rubber match today on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the Bears and the Cougars on this Saturday afternoon. Baylor 12-5 winners Friday. BYU 10-4 winners yesterday. Winner today claims the series heading into Easter. BYU headed back to Provo. The Bears will celebrate Easter either here with their families in Texas and then get back to it on Tuesday night on the road against UT Arlington. That begins a 4-game road swing for the Bears, heading up to Cincinnati next weekend. That'll be a big one, but this is a big one today. And, Tom, this is a really big one. There's something outsized about those games. It's just one win or one loss, but it's the whole series on the line.
It's a home series, Derek, and you got to win them.
Here's Tualau Wolfgram, the sophomore center fielder, leading it off. And there's a breaking ball that wraps on the back door for a strike. And it is 0-1. Wolfgram, a .356 hitter, a pair of homers and 11 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1 from Ethan Calder. That's lined out to left field. Ty Johnson barely has to move to make the catch. Little different look out there. Ty Johnson to start in left field, and Bo Caraway, the speedster, in center. I mean, I tell you what, that's some good. Those some good outfielders out there. Certainly can cover a lot of ground. We know what Ty can do. We haven't seen Caraway as much, but he's got the ability to be elite.
Well, you got 3/4 of a pretty good mile relay team, don't you?
That's true. Here's the pitch. That one misses up, ball one. Well, you got Bo Caraway has just blazing speed. You've got Ty Johnson, who I think gets absolutely the most out of what speed he has and surprises you, swing and a miss and a breaking ball away. And then you got Brady Janusek, whose strides just eat up so much ground out there. You got 3 different kinds of runners, but 3 very effective.
What did you say yesterday? He gallops?
He does gallop, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, sprayed foul the other way. And it's 1-2. A little bit of sun trying to break through. Maybe not sun, but some blue sky amidst the clouds today. Pretty good rain this morning in Waco, but appears to have moved on out of the area.
How about our grounds crew here?
It looks great.
This is amazing how this ballpark looks.
Here's the 1-2 wave and a miss. He ran out of bat on that breaking ball, and that's 3 strikeouts for Ethan Calder.
He's feeling it today. He's not typically a big strikeout guy. He typically pitches to contact and weak contact most of the time, but today he's already punched out 3.
Well, 2 outs, and here's Reggie Erickson. Ethan Calder has thrown 26 pitches, 19 of them for strikes. Erickson has been a tough out against the Bears this weekend. 218 on the year, 3 homers, 9 RBIs, but 2 of those home runs have come on the weekend as he fouls one back, and the count is 0-1.
Derek, last week you mentioned he went 7 innings. In those 7 innings, he struck out 2 and did not walk a batter. 2. He's already got 3 today.
Got the punchies. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Backdoor breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Punchies, that's the kids say that.
That's
for a
what
strikeout.
Yeah.
They're fond of that term.
That's kind of a new thing, isn't it?
Yep. Hey, you know what? If we get punchies on the mound and not at the plate, they can call them whatever they want. 2 outs, bases empty. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, and that is just off the plate. He threw on the brakes in time. It's 1-2.
But what an intelligent pitch. He's got the guy guessing, and he climbs the ladder, sends one up around eye high. Even if he makes contact, it's going to be weak contact.
It'll be a 1-2 pitch, swing, and a pop fly. First base side, foul ground. Armstrong on the run. Will he have room? No, he will not. That drops into the first row of seats right at the edge of the netting. And we'll do it again.
But don't give up on him, right, with the wind blowing?
That's right. They come back in naturally anyway on that side of the park. 1-2. Base is empty in the top of the second. Baylor and BYU are scoreless. Ethan Calder stares in at his catcher, J.J. Kennett. Kennett ready to set the target, and Ethan Calder ready with the 1-2 pitch. It's on the way, and it's in there. That's a punchy, as the kids say. Strike 3 call. 4 of them now for Ethan Calder, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for BYU. The Bears will send Ewens, Reebok, and Kennett to the plate when we come back after this. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott and White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Dizzy bat race going on in between innings here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark on this Saturday afternoon. No score as we head to the home second. Tom, I think a couple of those kids were sandbagging a little bit. They were supposed to be getting dizzy. I think they were just kind of slowly maneuvering so they could have their wits about them, have their balance for the run.
Yeah, most of the time there is not a whole lot of dizzy in the dizzy bat race.
Now, that being said, it's still fun to watch.
Yes.
They do a great – our team brings out some fun stuff here at Marketing and Fan Experience, and that is part of it. Yeah, I think one kid was really trying just to kind of pretend, go through the motions and then win the race, but he did not. Here's John Ewens leading it off. Ewens, 233 hitter, lefty DH, home run and 6 RBIs on the season thus far. He takes a pitch from Cason Bell up high, ball 1.
Just a incredibly different day than we had the first 2 days. I mean, the wind was blowing out the first 2 days. It was in the 80s. We got temperatures in the 50s and the wind howling in.
It'll be a 1-0 pitch. Poured in for a strike, and it is 1-1.
John's a local guy. He's out of Bosqueville on several occasions. There have been Bosqueville Bulldog high school baseball players here to watch John play.
It's always fun to see. It'll be a 1-1 pitch. Bell, he delivers, and there's a bouncer hard past the second baseman, Graham, and into right field. I thought Graham had the read on that, but that ball hit the turf hard and then caromed on into right field at 100 miles an hour, and he's aboard.
That's the answer right there. It's 100-mile-an-hour baseball coming at him, and you're right. He did have it played well. Their staff had it positioned correctly, and he just couldn't get to that baseball. It was just smoked right past him.
Yeah, that just kicked up there, and he couldn't quite get the glove down in time. Let's see if Pearson Reebok, what the Bears opt to do. Think he's a guy who struggled at the plate, 5 at-bats this weekend, and he's struck out 5 times. Maybe an opportunity to try to advance the runner or use the hit and run. He is going to square, pulls back at a pitch down and in, lays off, and it's ball 1.
Easton Jones, a third baseman's in on the grass, so let's see how Pearson elects to play this.
You know, if he could get it in between the mound and third base, could probably beat it out pretty easily. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Oh, he swings away and fouls it off. It's 1-1.
Now he's got us all guessing, doesn't he?
He does. Baylor begins the day tied for 4th place in the Big 12, tied with Arizona State at 6-5. West Virginia game ahead at 7-3. Then Kansas 9-3 and UCF 9-1. The Knights in first place, 10 games in. The 1-1 down and in, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I thought he might go back and try to bunt again with the 1-1 count, but he did not. And in fact, Jones at third base is backing up. He's playing even with the bag.
Yeah, maybe catch him off again. 2-1. The pitch. So we chase some high heat there, and the count evens at 2-2. You would think that would take the bunt out of the equation now, and their middle infield slides to double play depth. Ewens, leadoff man aboard, nobody out, 2-2. The pitch, close, but he took ball 3. The fastball just missing. We're scoreless in the top of the second. Baylor has a man aboard to start the inning. And the pitch, that is sliced the other way into left field. Painter didn't get a quick read on it, but he did get a read on it, and he drifts back to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Unfortunate that the Bears unable to move the runner. So they'll have to try to get it done with J.J. Kennett and 1 out. Hey, can I take a second and salute a group of men that are here, some men and their sons and their grandsons from Meadowbrook Baptist Church, where I attend service. They had a big barbecue cookout here today, Derek, and then attending the game. And our pitcher, Will Glatch, came in and spoke to him and talked about his journey with Christ, and it was fun.
That's
really
good
great stuff.
Yeah, it's good to have them here. Good to have your church here, and proud of Will Glatch sharing there. J.J. Kennett lines one the other way. First pitch swinging, but right at Bryker Herdsman, playing deep in right field, and there's 2 away.
Hitting some balls on the button, but right at people.
You know, I think going back to the first inning, Tom, Tice Armstrong smoked that ball 104 right back up the middle, but he got a little too much air under it on a windy day. And then a couple of well-hit balls there by Reebok and Kennett. Here's Kay Dodson now. Left-handed batter at 217 on the year. They've got a shift on again. 3 infielders between first and second, and the pitch to Dodson is in for a called strike 1. BYU has been a solid hitting team this year, 283 with some pop 50 home runs, but their ERA at 6.83 is the worst in the Big 12 Conference. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off over the Baylor dugout, and the count is 0-2 very quickly. Nothing and 2. Ewens fakes at first. Holmes heads back as the pitch is up high.
Let's go Baylor! Let's go Baylor! Let's go Baylor!
Oh, we got a fan who's taking it on his own shoulders to try to make something happen with 2 outs.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it hits Cade Dodson. That's the first batter BYU has hit on the weekend, and it extends the inning for Bo Caraway. John Ewens jogs on down to second base, and Dodson at first hit by a pitch. Here is Bo Caraway, and Tom, you got to watch him. What he brings with that elite speed is the bunt is not off the table even with 2 outs because he can bunt his way on.
No question.
With his speed in the left-handed box. Let's see what the Bears opt to do here. Left-handed batter against the right-handed pitching Kaysen Bell. First pitch is grounded right at the second baseman. Graham double clutches and fires to first for the 3rd out of the inning. A base hit, 2 left. We've played 2 innings here in the series finale. No score, Baylor and BYU. Tom will have the play-by-play when we come back in the 3rd here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor baseball fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. We're scoreless as Ethan Calder takes the hill to start the 3rd inning. It'll be 8-9-1. Due up for the Cougars, and here with the play-by-play is Tom Barfield.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. It is a terrific game going so far. We're scoreless as we move to the top of the 3rd, and it's going to be 8-9-1 in the batting order for Trent Pratt's BYU Cougars. They're 14-15 overall. They're 5-6 in the conference. Here's Keone Pratt. He's a 222 hitter. 0 for 5 this weekend as he takes a pitch out of the zone for a ball, and it's 1-0. Pratt hitting 222 on the year. And the pitch. It's up and into Painter, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Painter in conference plays a 267 hitter. Stuns trying to sneak through the clouds here on this late Saturday afternoon and turning into a pleasant day. 2-0 is high and away, ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Calder in jeopardy of walking his first batter of the ball game. He has struck out 4 through the first 2 frames. And the pitch. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Painter. He's a redshirt junior from Hawaii. 3-1 the count. The lefty comes home, and this pitch is stroked into left center field. It is down for a base hit. Boy, the wind just knocks that ball down, and it just barely trickles out into left field to Ty Johnson. But it is a leadoff single for Keone Painter, his first hit of the weekend. 1 on, and here's Patrick Graham, the second baseman. Graham from Naperville, Illinois. Hitting in the 9 spot, a .278 hitter with a home run and 3 runs driven in. Time is called, and a new chest protector for Baylor's J.J. Kennett. Now, that's the second or third time we've had an issue with that chest protector.
J.J., you know, between that and the pitch comp system, he's got to keep changing gear.
Ethan Calder tying the spike, so time is called so Ethan could tie his shoe. Now he's ready to go with Keone Painter at first base. Tice Armstrong will hold in the middle infield, moves to double play depth. The outfield straightaway, not very deep. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt and takes a pitch high, does Graham, and there's ball 1. Ethan Calder got behind Keone Painter 2-0 and then 3-1 and then gave up the base hit. 1 ball and no strikes. Snap throw over to first and back in plenty of time is Painter. Again, Painter has not attempted a stolen base. The bottom 5 in the BYU order have not attempted a stolen base. Here's the 1-0. They're throwing over to first. They got him picked off, and he's out. He is out by 2 feet. Derek, it's not even close.
Ethan Calder has a fantastic move, and let's see what that is on the year because, as you said, that was not even close there at first base. Painter went flying around and didn't really have an opportunity. That's the 3rd pickoff this year for Ethan.
Now the count at 1 ball and no strikes. The sack's empty. Here's the pitch to Graham. It's high and away for a ball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Graham was 2 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 4 on Thursday. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. It's a bit inside. He has gone 3-0 on Patrick Graham. This will be the 40th pitch of the afternoon for Ethan Calder. Steps off, rubs up the baseball. Now he's back on and ready to go. Let's see if he can get a 3-0 into the zone. And he does. There's a fastball for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Tommy mentioned a little sun trying to break through.
Yeah.
It's actually been pretty successful at the moment all of a sudden.
3 balls and 1 strike to Graham, who's hitting .250 in Big 12 play. 3-1 is swung on and a high fly ball foul. It's out of play on the first base side. This one is going to land in the stands. And it's 0-2. Now, if you're out moving, 3-2 rather, if you're out moving around having maybe a late lunch or an early dinner, come on out to the ballpark. We've got some seats available for you. It's turned into an okay day. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Off speed and swung on and again fouled off right side. Threw him a 78-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch. And the 9-0 hitter, Graham, able to fight it off and stay alive. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the 3rd, scoreless. Here's the 3-2 once again, and it's a high fly ball out to left field. Drifting back on it is Ty Johnson, but the wind's going to knock this one down. Now Ty comes in on it and will make the catch. There's 2 down.
You know, he actually hit that 102 miles an hour, but today is not the day to hit it in the air like that.
No.
And the Bears will gladly take advantage.
This is the Grand Canyon today. I mean, it's a big park. 2 down, back to the top of the order for Bryker Herdsman, who struck out looking his first time up. Herdsman's hitting .261 on the year. First pitch to Herdsman's in there with an off-speed pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. How about 74 with the off-speed offering from lefty Ethan Calder? 0-1. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball that's poured in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Now, this is the way I like Ethan to work. He works quickly, pitching backwards, got guys guessing, and really in a great spot here ahead of the count, 0-2 with 2 outs, and the 0-2 pitch is upstairs. Try to get him to go upstairs, and he wouldn't do it. Good decision.
Flinched. Yeah, he flinched,
sure.
But he didn't offer him.
So now the count at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 3rd, a scoreless game. The 1-2 pitch. There is a pitch that's just a bit inside. Wow.
It was close.
If it missed, it did not miss by much. And that squares the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herdsman 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. It remains 2-2. Herdsman is 4 for 12 against Baylor pitching this weekend. A .229 hitter, Derek, in Big 12 conference play. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball that's just a bit low. Everybody. Now, this time it wasn't just JJ. It was everybody was leaving the field.
Yeah, that certainly looked like a strike, and that's not just – here's the replay.
The reason it looked like a strike is because it was a strike. 3-2 the count, and the payoff pitch again is swung on a miss. He struck him out for a second time, actually a third time. 1-2, despite a hit, they go 1-2-3 at the top of the third. No runs, one hit, nobody left. We head to the home half of the third. It's Baylor nothing and BYU nothing. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Derek Smith, Tom Barfield. We welcome you back inside Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. It is turning into a nice day here along the banks of the Brazos. A little different temperature-wise. You know what else it's done, Derek? It has pushed that humidity out of here.
That's true.
And hopefully maybe push some of that pollen out of here.
I would gladly take that. If we need to have one more deep freeze to get rid of the pollen, I would take that.
Me too. Top of the order, Travis Sanders, Ty Johnson, and Brady Janusek to face Case and Bell. I'm a little surprised that Case and Bell is still out there dealing. And, in fact, there's nobody in their bullpen. I mean, literally nobody throwing in their bullpen. Only a couple of people occupying the bullpen down there. They like what they're getting out of Bell so far, who started the day with just 14 in the third innings, pitched in 11 appearances. So he was averaging a little less than 2 innings an outing. As we move to the bottom of the third, here's Sanders, the .383 hitter. And the first pitch to Travis is foul back. There's strike one. Yeah, Sanders hitting .354, beg your pardon, in Big 12 play.
Well, Bell, a guy who's, opposing batting average is only .208, but he will walk batters, and you want to see the Bears really take advantage when you get runners on against him, particularly those freebies.
Yeah, one time through he's only walked one, and it was Travis Sanders to start the home half of the first. Bears looking for some base runners. To the stretch, here's Bell, and the pitch is way outside for a ball that squares the count at 1-1. Sanders, Johnson, and Janusek here for Baylor in the bottom of the third, trying to jump out to a lead. Baylor's, 9-3 when they score first. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 to Travis. Bounces all the way to the backstop. What's the line in the movie? Just a bit outside.
That's a classic.
Yes.
We got to do a game at that ballpark where they shot that last year.
Really?
Yeah, remember High Corbett, Tucson? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a great ballpark. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing on a pitch upstairs. Did he go? He did not. And it's 3-1. Three and 1 the count. Now, we're going to go to Phoenix this year and take on Arizona State, but I haven't been to the new ballpark, or new to them anyway. It's a minor league park that they've taken over. Here's the 3-1. It's up and in, ball 4. He has walked him again. That is the 20th walk of the year for Travis Sanders. He leads the club in walks.
Well, he's going to trot on down and out. Ty Johnson will step in. Let's see how the Bears play this. You've got an opportunity to move them over if you want to.
Let's see if they bunt, Derek. They did not last time, and Ty Johnson grounded the ball to the second baseman for a 4-3 putout, and they're going to put the shift on. 3 on the right side, only 1 infielder on the left side, and that's the third baseman, Easton Jones, and he's playing in a regular third base position. Travis Sanders caught leaning a little bit in the throw over to first base, and he's back. Johnson hitting .221 on the year. 4 extra base hits for Ty Johnson. He's got a pair of doubles and a pair of triples. He is 4 for 9 this weekend. Another throw over. This time Travis is back standing. Sanders with 10 stolen bases in 11 attempts. Kason Bell back on the hill. We'll throw over to first base again. And again, Travis Sanders is back standing.
You know, Coach Thompson said in the pregame interview, today's a day that really sets you up to play this kind of game. Get runners on, get creative, and you've got that opportunity here. Good spot in the order up. And a good guy with the bat in Ty Joe.
Bell ready. And another throw over, and this time Sanders is back standing. Wind coming in off of the river, straight over the 20-foot batter's eye. 330 down the lines, 375 to the alleys, and 400 to straightaway center field. Kason Bell to the stretch once again, and once again will throw over to first base.
Drawing the ire of the fans
yes,
here.
You know, he's about to start drawing the ire of the radio team.
Yeah. There's a hitter at the plate.
Yeah. Again, he's trying. Part of it is keep him close. Part of it is see if Ty will tip his hand. Here's the pitch. It's way outside for a ball. And Derek, we talk about it all the time. You get your focus over there on first base, you can, at times, lose your focus on the plate.
Well, and we don't know if that's the case or not, but that first pitch was not particularly competitive.
1 ball and no strikes. Bell to the stretch. Sanders dancing off of first. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Back throw to first base. The tag's applied by Hanson. And back is Travis Sanders as Ty Johnson went after a pitch not in the zone.
He did, and that was a little too close for comfort there at first base.
Pretty good snap throw by the catcher, Ridge Erickson. I've been impressed with Erickson's defensive skills. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1. It's inside to Ty Johnson. It's 2-1. On deck is Brady Janusek. We're in the bottom of the third. The Bears and BYU scoreless. Baylor's out hit BYU 2-1. Working from the first base side of the pitching rubber, Kason Bell to the stretch. He'll check it first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball to center field. Racing in is Wolfgram, still coming in, and Wolfgram's going to make the running catch. He's going to throw back to first base, and the throw is off mark, up the line towards right field, and back easily is Travis Sanders. There's 1 down. You cannot hit the ball in the air today.
No, you can't. Unless your only hope's really almost to have it just bloop in somewhere. And for a split second, I thought that might have a chance, but it did not. So now here's Brady Janusek. You know, he's capable of a majestic home run, but just hit it on the line.
Yeah.
Hit it hard on the line.
Now the Cougars are going to go shift to the left. This time 3. Well, not actually 3 on the left side, but they are in a shift. Here's Janusek. A throw over to first base. Sanders is back. Brady struck out his first time up. Janusek's having a terrific weekend. He's 5 for 12, a pair of runs scored, 6 driven in. And I believe he's hit home runs in the first 2 games. Another throw over to first base, and Ty is back, or Travis is back, rather.
Good day today, and Brady Janusek could be in the conversation for Big 12 Newcomer of the Week or Player of the Week.
He's that type of player, isn't he?
He is.
Janusek climbs in from the right side. Is that a balk? That is a balk.
It is. Wow.
I did not see what he did. I think he may have separated his hands. Now they're going to talk about it. Hang on a second. Oh, my goodness. Home plate umpire said he had time. Now that's going to draw an argument from Mitch Thompson.
Now the home plate umpire, Blake Felix, just patted his chest and said, my fault. But what did he see? He clearly saw something.
I think Blake Felix may have had a timeout called, and that's why they I think that's what happened. So no balk. Runner remains at first base. And we resume play with Janusek in the batter's box and Bell ready to work. And here's the pitch. He throws it all the way to the backstop. And down to second goes Sanders on clearly a wild pitch.
Yeah, that was way outside. Rich Erickson's been pretty good at stopping anything reachable, but that was not.
It's like he held on to it. I mean, it's like he just didn't want to let go of the baseball when he delivered the pitch. So now you have one in scoring position with your 2 and 3 hole hitters at the plate, Derek. You're in a good spot to grab the lead right here in the bottom of the third inning.
Put the ball in play, get a pitch to hit.
1 ball and no strikes. Janusek waving the bat back and forth from the right side. Here's the pitch from Bell, and it is cut on a miss. He pulled the string there and had Janusek guessing fastball, threw him off speed, and the count is even at 1-1.
Well, and I say that, you look at that pitch there. Baylor's averages about 10 strikeouts at the plate per game. Need to cut down on that, especially in key moments like this, where you got a chance to claim the lead.
Like you had in the 6th inning yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out, scoreless game. The pitch from Bell to Janusek, swung on a miss, throw back to second base, goes into center field, and Travis Sanders is going to get up and go to third on the E2.
Wow, they had close to an opportunity to maybe apply a tag on him, but that throw was well offline. It hit Sanders in the back and skee-balled on into center field. That's a throwing error on the catcher, and now he's at third. Now Janusek just needs to get a ground ball to the right side or one deep to the outfield.
You got to get him in. You just got to get him in. They've given you 2 free bases. So, a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Brady, the brilliant Baylor freshman from playing out in right field.
They're bringing the infield in.
Yeah, they're bringing it in. 1-2. That hit him. And he'll take it with 2 strikes.
So how much does that drive a coach nuts when you've got a 1-2 count on a hitter and you let him off the hook like that?
Well, they've thrown it all over the park, Derek. I mean, they've gifted the Bears 3 bases in this inning. A walk, then a wild pitch, then an error, then a hit batter. And Tice Armstrong coming to the plate. If he'll just smoke one to center field like he did the previous at bat, you got a lead. He's 0 for 1 today, 3 for 9 in the series with 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs, and he's got an RBI chance right here. And the pitch to Armstrong is swung on and popped up, foul, get out of play, and it does. Into the stands, down the right field line for a souvenir, and it's strike 1. Yeah, it was. Sign him up. 0-1 the count on Armstrong with Ewings on deck. Baylor with runners at the corners, just 1 out, and a chance to get on the board and grab a lead. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Did that hit him? It did.
Wow.
It hit him in the back, and the bases are loaded. Man, the wheels are coming off for Case and Bell, and they're getting loose in the pen now.
Big at-bat here for John Ewins as we're going to have a mound visit, and we may see a new pitcher even though they're just getting going. Yeah, he signals down there. That is going to be it for the starter, Case and Bell, and they're going to bring on someone, I would assume a lefty, to face John Ewins.
They are going to go get Ashton Johnson, a senior lefty from Holiday, Utah. Bases loaded without benefit of a hit in the bottom of the third inning, and a pitching change here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. And what I'm telling you, he was cruising along was Case and Bell, and then all of a sudden the wheels came off this thing.
Well, you look and you think, so how does a pitcher who has a 2.08 opposing batting average also have an ERA near 7?
Yeah.
Well, this is where I think we're seeing it.
I think you found out, didn't you?
Yeah. We're taking a look at that. Well, as you mentioned, Ashton Johnson, the senior for the Cougars, making his way out there, lefty to face John Ewins. Big at-bat here in this game early. Ashton Johnson, this will be his 12th appearance, second most on the team. A 2-2 record and a 5.01 ERA. A .330 opposing batting average, but 23 strikeouts and just 4 walks in 23 1/3 innings. So a high opposing batting average, but he'll also strike hitters out. And I tell you, for John Ewins, I know he wants these opportunities in Big 12 play. Righties does have some pop. He liked being able to play last year, and he's worked hard to get more time. He's got this opportunity right now, and you want it to be a hit, but, a sack fly. You just impress. You can impress your coaches and help your team. Yes, exactly.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
By having a good at-bat right here.
That's a great point. Impress your coaches, continue to get opportunities. Now, you mentioned Ashton Johnson and his ERA. It's around 9 in Big 12 play, Derek.
Well, you hope that's a sign of what we've got coming here right now. But, yeah, really a big opportunity, a big moment for the Bears early, because you talked about this team is so much better when it scores first record-wise.
Yeah, and getting into that bullpen, that BYU pen, there's a lot of guys on that roster in that pen, but there's not a lot of guys that this coaching staff trusts for BYU. And to get into the pen in the third inning, I think it's obviously beneficial for the Bears. And the lefty Johnson is warming up. Are they going to stay with Ewings? You're going to go lefty-lefty because you got Ewings, and then you're going to go Pearson-Reebok. That's interesting. Yeah. But we are early. And I mean, and again, how long is Johnson going to be there? I mean, I think that's some of the things that Mitch Thompson and his staff have to think through. Do we, if we lift him here, then they're going to turn around, they could turn around an inning later and go back, So I think it's a little early to start playing the lefty-righty thing, and that's probably what they're thinking as well. Sacks full of Bears, one out in the inning, no score, and a chance to get going here offensively for the Bears. Here's John Ewings, who singled his first time up off of the right-hander, the starter Bell. Here's the pitch, off speed, in there, strike one. I mean, that was a 74-mile-per-hour pitch with just a little wrinkle to it.
Johnson has hit 5 batters this year.
0-1 the count to Ewings, the Bosqueville native. The pitch, it's a strike at the knees, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Ewings. It's all about shortening up and getting the ball in play. Runner at third is Sanders. The runner at second is Janusek. The runner at first is Armstrong. 0-2 the count. And the 0-2 pitch. Low and away for a ball. It is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to John Ewings in the DH role this afternoon. Ewings hitting .258. He's got a home run, 6 RBIs. To the stretch goes Johnson. And the 1-2 pitch on the way to John Ewings, cut on a miss. He struck him out. And the Bears strike out with the bases loaded. Now there's 2 away.
Yesterday not coming through with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. And in fact, 2 on yesterday. That was really painful not to come through there for the team. Played a big role in the loss. You want to see if you can avoid that today, but it's going to take something with 2 outs now from a guy who's been struggling of late.
Well, we talk about it all the time. Get the ball in play and see what can happen for you. And here's Reebok, who flied out his first time up. First pitch to Pearson's a strike on the knees in this lefty-lefty matchup. It is 0-1. Reebok is 0 for 6 in the series. Down to the count here, 0-1 with the bases loaded.
And Johnson's coming. He's throwing strikes, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He's attacking the zone. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. There's a strike at the belt, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Pearson-Reebok. J.J. Kennett's on deck. We're in the home half of the third. The Bears and BYU scoreless. But the Bears threatening with runners on all the sacks. Bases loaded. An 0-2 count to Reebok. Lefty-lefty matchup. And Johnson delivers the pitch outside for a ball. And I'm going to tell you right now, Derek, the pitch clock expired.
It did. It was hitting 0. It hit 0 right as he was about to let go.
I don't know if you can argue that, challenge that, or whatever the case may be, but it was sitting on triple zeros. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Reebok. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits. The Bears leave them loaded. We're through 3 in Waco with our score, Baylor 0 and BYU 0. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic 'em Bears.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
Alongside Derek Smith.
You're listening.
he gets me every time with that.
Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Alongside Derek Smith, I'm Tom Barfield. We welcome you back to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. The Bears and the Cougars are scoreless as we head to the fourth inning. For Baylor, no runs on a couple of hits, or no runs on a hit, rather, and no errors. They have left 6 men on base. For BYU, no runs, 2 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 1 base runner on base. As we move to the fourth, it's the 2-hole hitter, McNaughton, to lead it off for BYU, and here again is Derek.
Heart of the order due up for the Cougars. Thank you very much, Tom. McNaughton, Robinson, and Jones against Ethan Calder. 49 pitches through 3 innings. 32 of them have been strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch to McNaughton is swung on and hit sharply up the middle, but right to Travis Sanders. Plays it on the bounce and throws on to first, out number 1. That's a 1-pitch out to start the fourth. You'll take that. One thing nice about Ethan Calder, Baylor had an opportunity there to score, could not take advantage. Couple of strikeouts with the bases loaded. Obviously, that's disappointing, but for Ethan Calder, you get what you're getting from him regardless of what's happening at the plate. He's got an ability just to kind of not pay attention to all that stuff, and you like that. There's a breaking ball high, ball 1 to the 285 batting Ryder Robinson. 7 homers, 20 runs batted in. The kick, the pitch, outside, and it's 2-0. Ethan Calder. He came in as we say a two-way player, but he really came in as an outfielder. Here's the 2-0 pitch, lifted to the right field. Down the line, Brady Janusek has it in foul ground, fairly deep near the berm, but he makes the grab, and there's 2 away. Yeah, Calder came here as an outfielder who had also done some high school pitching, and coaching staff asked him, can you pitch? He said yes, and it's kind of crazy to think he's the senior now. Just a few more weeks left in the regular season, and then whatever things look like from there. But he's been a mainstay these last few years. Here's Easton Jones, the 2-out batter, and the fastball misses up and away, ball 1. Couple of hits for BYU, 1 hit for the Bears. The kick, the 1-0 pitch, tagged down the right field line, tailing off past the berm. That's a foul ball, and the count evens at 1-1. Now, for the first time all weekend, a little bit of blue sky on the field. Here's the pitch. That one is belted back to left field. It's got Johnson on the run to the warning track. It is off the wall. He's going to play it quickly off the wall as Jones glides into second with a double. But tell you what, with the wind blowing in his face, Easton Jones gave that a ride, pulling it to left field under the video board. Got it all the way to wall, and he's in scoring position with 2 outs. That's the first base runner that has reached scoring position for BYU.
If the wind is not blowing in, Derek, that's probably out of here.
Yep, you're right. It's a nice piece of hitting by Easton Jones. And now here's Tualau Wolfgram. He's a .333 hitter with 2 outs. And he steps in here with an opportunity to get BYU on the board first. Ethan Calder will kick and deliver. Backdoor breaking ball. Nice pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Certainly he can do himself favors if he can consistently hit that spot with that pitch. And here's a mound visit from pitching coach Sean Snedeker.
Interesting.
It is, right after a nice strike. They're talking things through here.
With 2 outs.
Sean Snedeker's been doing this a long time. He has, at his prior stops as a pitching coach, led his teams to top 10 national ERAs at every stop, and last year helped lower Baylor's staff ERA by almost 2, and really earned the trust of his veteran pitchers very quickly, and he's out there to have a word with Ethan Calder.
Is the message, let's get the guy, but let's don't give him too much because we do have first base open? Let's make him get himself out?
Makes sense. Hanson behind him is hitting just over 200, 219 to be exact, so that's a sizable difference in averages. Not that you can ever take anything for granted, but it would make sense. Meeting adjourns. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Backdoor breaking ball again, and it's 0-2.
Let me explain that to you. Wow.
That's a nice pitch.
I mean, that's a nice pitch.
Backdoor breaking ball from a lefty to a righty. It just starts off towards that left-handed batter's box and then hooks in on the outside corner. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing and an offering up and away. He's able to throw on the brakes in time as Wolfgram. And the count is 1-2. BYU in the blue jerseys today with their equivalent of Sailor Bear on the chest. 1-2. Here comes the pitch from Ethan Calder. He pulled the string on him. Great at bat for Ethan Calder. Mild strut from Ethan off the mound as he heads back to the dugout. He really overmatched Wolfgram with breaking balls there, and he strands Easton Jones at second base. Middle of the fourth, Baylor and BYU are scoreless in this getaway game. The winner claims the series. The Bears will have the lower third of their order due up when we return after this, the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Strikeout for Ethan Calder was big. It retired the side and stranded a base runner in scoring position. Max Calderon tells us that's a season high in strikeouts for Ethan Calder, and it sends this game on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Just one hit so far for the Bears, but they've stranded 6 base runners, have not been able to take advantage of some wildness from BYU starter Kaysen Bell in this one, and now the reliever Ashton Johnson is on the hill. Johnston struck out the 2 batters he faced with the bases loaded to end a threat in the third. The lefty Ashton Johnson has made 11 appearances and gone 23 innings, so definitely some multi-inning outings mixed in there. Here is J.J. Kennedy. He's had a nice weekend at the plate, 4 for 10. He's hit safely in 4 straight. Here's the first pitch coming his way. He pinged on the outside corner to strike 1. J.J. swung at the first pitch his last at-bat and hit it hard, but right at the right fielder, Bryker Herdsman.
Let's go Baylor! Let's go Baylor!
0-1. Here is the pitch. He reaches for the outside offering, taps it past the mound. The shortstop Robinson waits and gets and is able to throw him out in time. That was a tapper that got past the mound, but Robinson, even without a really strong charge towards it, was able to make the play and throw him out.
I was
J.J. Kennedy, was there some, I couldn't tell at first if he was talking to Zach Dillon, but he may have been talking to the dugout a little bit because the umpire went out there to break it up, and he told J.J. to get back in the dugout, and then said something to the BYU dugout as well.
And the first base umpire's talking to the BYU dugout as well.
There was a little chatter. Here is Cade Dodson standing in, and the fastball misses up ball one. Yeah, J.J. Kennedy, I think, a little fired up. 1-0 the count. Pitch to Dodson up high, and it's 2-0. Yeah, if I was kind of looking and Kennett was talking, and I thought, well, maybe he's talking to Zach Dillon, but I don't think he would be hopping backwards as he talked as he was talking to Dillon. 2-0 pitch up high, and it's 3-0. Well, 8 of Johnson's first 10 pitches were strikes, but then he's missed with the last 3 to Dodson. 3-0 on the way, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So Dodson will trot on down to first base. Yet another free pass by this BYU pitching staff today. They have hit 3 batters. They have walked 2 and thrown a wild pitch. And now here is Bo Caraway. The shift, no, that beg your pardon. They are going to play the shortstop up high. Again, he's a guy who can bunt. You have to bring the third baseman in a little bit, can bunt for a base hit. Here is the pitch. He takes up and in, ball 1. Bo Caraway, a .207 hitter, a freshman from the Houston area.
And they have given the Bears a lot of free bases.
Here's the pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup. That's a breaking ball in for a strike. Bo Caraway's dad was an All-American at Houston, where Baylor played last weekend en route to the sweep. There's a step off and throw over to first base, and back safely is Cade Dodson.
Derek, there's already 3 finals in the Big 12 today.
I tell you, there was one that was pretty big.
Yes, it was. West Virginia over UCF, 11-10.
1-1 the count. The top 2 teams in the Big 12 there. Ground ball on through into left field, a base hit. 2 aboard for the Bears as Bo Caraway singles. Dodson on to second base, and it's back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders. Another opportunity for the Bears with runners on, and your big bopper's up.
And with the ball hit in front of Cade Dodson, he could only go station to station. That ball was hit to left field. If that ball's hit to right field, he's standing to third base, but he hit it to left field. And now, again, Derek, you got an opportunity to get on the board first. You're in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out and 2 on, and the top of the order at the plate.
It's Bo Caraway's first Big 12 hit. Now here's Travis Sanders. The pitch from Johnson down in the dirt, blocked by Erickson, ball 1.
How many times have we said that?
A lot.
Blocked by Erickson.
I would say it might be dozens of times
yes.
this weekend. That sounds like an exaggeration, but I don't know that it is. You mentioned that West Virginia score, Tom. They were down 10-2 in that game.
Wow.
Came back to win 11-10. The pitch to Travis, high, ball 2.
Tech savages a game in the series with Houston at home. Tech defeats Houston 11-2, and time is gone. We're going to have a conference on the mound, and it'll also give us a chance to tell you about Kansas's offense. They're averaging about 500 yards a game.
Yeah.
13-9 over Utah. Now they give up runs, but man, do they score runs.
Well, they were down by 3 runs going into the 9th inning. Hit 4 home runs Friday against Utah, which is crazy.
Yep.
Then they just keep on breaking out the sticks and a sweep there. They are a good home team.
Boy, are they ever.
They're a good baseball team, but they're a really good home team.
They're 22-10 overall. They're 9-3 in the conference. They're a half game back at UCF, and they're a half game ahead of West Virginia.
Meeting adjourns on the mound, and now Sanders steps back in. A favorable upswing count to the right-handed hitter. 2 on, 1 out, and the 2-0 pitch way outside. Again, Erickson has to lunge, and he snags that one, and it's 3-0.
A pitch away from reloading the bases. Baylor has stranded 6 base runners through the first 3, and you got a chance to reload them right here.
3-0, the pitch, up high, ball 4.
Third walk of the afternoon for Travis Sanders.
How about that? We're only in the 4th inning. So Dodson on to third base, Caraway to second, and here is Ty Johnson. Johnson 4 for 10 on the weekend, hitless in 2 trips today. Big at bat for the left-handed veteran. A lot of ways to bring home the first run of the game. First baseman in at the cut of the grass. The pitch poured in for his strike. A fastball from Johnson, and it's 0-1. Ashton Johnson, the pitcher. Ty Johnson, the batter. Third baseman Jones playing off the line. The shortstop is up high. Opposite field side open pretty good for Johnson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He swings and corkscrews a foul down past the bleachers, and quickly it's 0-2.
Boy, how quickly did he get his hands in and then make the swing on that baseball? That ball was in on his hands, and he still was able to get his hands tucked in and then send it foul down the left field line. But now he's in the hole at 0-2.
He is, and Tom Baylor's had opportunities today. 10 at-bats with runners on, just 1 hit. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. 0-2. Pitch on the way, and that is lined on past the second baseman into shallow right field. 2 runs will cross the plate. On to third base goes Travis Sanders. Ty Johnson gets it done. A single into right field, and the Bears lead it 2-0.
And I'm telling you, he didn't barrel that ball up by any stretch of the imagination. But what did he do? He put the ball in play, Derek.
On 0-2.
On 0-2, and you got great speed on the bases. I mean, I don't care who's out there. They're not going to throw Caraway out. I mean, they're just not. And now you got a 2-0 lead. You got a runner at third, and you got a chance to pile on a little bit.
You do, and with Johnson reaching with Sanders reaching third base, you could bring him in without even getting a hit. Although you'd love that as Brady Janusek stands in. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Middle infield, a double play depth for BYU, and the pitch is a breaking ball down.
And so many times, you just need one guy to get it going, and then you can pass the bat. And that's what we're looking to do here with Brady Janusek.
Baylor now 1 for 4 on the game with runners in scoring position. Another opportunity right here. Johnson with the stretch, the 1-0 pitch, and that one is lifted out to right field. It's going to bring Herdsman in on a long run, and he chases it down, stumbles, Sanders tags, here he comes, he scores! He ran hard, that brought the right fielder in, but he was off balance on the run, and Herdsman just didn't have a good opportunity to square up. Baylor with some aggressive base running, it's 3-0.
I think the truth be known, that's probably Patrick Graham's baseball, the second baseman. Herdsman had to come charging in, as you mentioned, and he ends up making a stumbling basket catch, and he has no chance to throw out Travis Sanders. We're getting a replay of it now. Derek, I mean, he literally catches this one off the grass as he comes charging in, and it's a basket catch, and he makes a running off-balance throw home, and Travis Sanders able to tag. It's a RBI sac fly for Janusek and a 3-0 lead.
7 RBIs on the weekend for the freshman Brady Janusek. Now here's Tice Armstrong waving through a fastball, 0-1.
And on the throw home, wisely, Ty Johnson moves down to second into scoring position.
A crooked number on the board here in the 4th inning. 3-0 Bears. The pitch, that one is lifted out to right field. Herdsman jogging in towards the line, and he makes the catch to retire the side, but not before. A 2-run Ty Johnson single and a Brady Janusek sacrifice fly give the Bears a 3-0 lead. To the top of the fifth we go. Bears in front against the BYU Cougars on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007. Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Rudy's is a proud sponsor of Baylor Baseball. Go on, be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak-smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Alongside Tom Barfield, Derek Smith here with you. Cameron Savoy, our producer, at our studios in Waco, at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, where the Bears now lead 3-0. Strength of a 3-run third inning stakes Ethan Calder to his first lead of the afternoon. He faces Matt Hansen in the first pitch, a fastball just missing ball one.
I think it's worth repeating, Derek. When this team scores first, they're 14-3.
Good day to make it 15-3 as Hansen slices a high fly ball foul deep down the left field line, but well foul, and the count evens at 1-1. And, you know, for Ethan Calder, Tom, he's heading into the fifth inning, and see how far he goes. But Baylor's bullpen, I think, aligns pretty well behind him. He haven't had to use Caleb Bunch yet. The pitch, a tapper foul in between the first base bag and BYU's first base coach.
He's been very efficient with his pitches, Derek. He's only thrown 63 as we play here in the fifth inning.
And 41 of them for strikes. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Bears. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for BYU. The 1-2 pitch slices beautifully in at the knees. Ring him up, strike 3 call. That's 7 for Calder.
How about old Lefty being a strikeout guy now?
2 last week, 7 this week. And his career high is, his season high was 5. He's already beat that. His career high was 13 in the season opener last year against Youngstown State. Ridge Erickson, the batter, struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Calder. Looks for a backdoor breaking ball, but not quite as sharp on to that one. It bounces away, and the count is 1-0. Lefty versus the right-handed hitting catcher. The 1-0 pitch grazes the outside corner. A fastball evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned that he's a Baylor legacy, if you will, Tom. He is a third-generation Bear. 11 family members have attended Baylor. His grandfather, Billy, played football here at Baylor. There's a pitch outside, and it's 2-1. Two and one the count. The pitch is grounded deep in the 6-hole. Backhand stop by Sanders. Tough throw in time for the out. What a play by Travis Sanders. Pulled towards the left field line. Momentum carrying him away from first, but he still got enough on it from his back foot to retire Erickson.
A, getting to the ball was impressive. B, the throw was impressive. And then C, Tice Armstrong's stretch at first base was impressive. I mean, it's all three. It took all 3 elements to make that play, and they did just that.
2 down, and here is Keone Painter. Strike poured in at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Mentioned that Ethan Calder's grandfather played football here. Here's the pitch at the knees, quickly 0-2. His grandfather, Billy Calder, would have played for John D. Bridgers and Bill Bell back in the late 60s. 0-2. Base is empty, 2 down. Here's the pitch, just misses with a breaking ball. Actually, I think just John Bridgers based on his graduation year. Ethan Calder with the pitch. There's a slice foul. Calder has faced just 1 over the minimum from the second inning on. He's given up 2 hits once he picked off the runner. Baylor with a 3-run cushion, 1-2. The pitch on the way, and Painter spoils another breaking ball.
That one hung just a little bit, and Painter was able to get the bat on it.
Baylor back in action Tuesday night on the road against the Mavericks of UT Arlington.
I can't wait to get there. Should be fun.
There we go. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is grounded sharply up the middle. Oh, past the dive of Pearson Reebok and into center field. Reebok sprawled full out for that one, lost his hat and his sunglasses, and he'll retrieve them. And Painter is at first base with 2 down. So far, Tom, they have 4 hits, and 3 of their 4 have come with 2 outs. You know, not that a 2-out hit is, you know, any better or less advantageous to the opposing team, but I think you like what, you know, he just hasn't let them thus far anyway really threaten.
Yeah, I mean, they anything that even resembled a rally, he has stifled.
Here is Patrick Graham. First pitch is a breaking ball down. He's really working backwards to these hitters. A lot of first pitch breaking balls.
Well, second time through, so he's maybe trying to get him off balance a little bit. But it's also interesting that they've got 4 hits, and 2 of them have come from the 8-hole.
1-0. Graham shows bunt, then pulls back as the pitch is down. Calder at 76 pitches. His season high on the year is 86, and that was last week. He's thrown 82 and 86 each of the last 2 weeks. And he's going to toss it over to first.
Caleb Bunch is down in the pen, wandering around, walking around, but not throwing.
3-0 Baylor lead in the top of the 5th. The 2-0 to Graham. That one is lined out to center field. It's going to be a long run for Caraway. He can't get to it. It's all the way to the wall. They're going to wave Painter in from first base. Here's the relay. It is cut off by Armstrong, and that's a 2-out rally for BYU there on the board. It is 3-1 as Patrick Graham rips a double into the alley in left center field.
And all of this after 2 are out and from the bottom of the batting order.
It is. You know, their bottom of the batting order has actually not been terrible this weekend. They've had Ridge Erickson, and Hansen's had some hits, and now it's back to the top of the order for Bryker Herdsman. They've got a runner in scoring position. Another big batter in this game right now here. Tom, they've scored a run. Good hitting BYU team, but you got to limit it. And the pitch to Herdsman. That's roped right back up the middle into center field. Windmill on. Here comes the throw from Caraway, and it is in time for the out. What a fastball from center field by Caraway. That throw wasn't even on line, but it got there so quick that J.J. Kennett had a chance to field it on the hop and then lunge at the plate to tag out Graham.
It just was so pretty to watch, Derek. I mean, it was. You knew the ball was down, and Caraway comes up and he throws a seed home, and you're right, it was a little offline, but it was such a great throw that he was able to get it to JJ, and JJ was able to apply the tag.
And no question, we're not having a replay review or anything.
No.
He was out from here to there as they cut down the runner at home plate and hold BYU to a run. Middle of the 5th, our score now, Baylor 3, BYU 1, and you're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Connecticut sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Connecticut sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Ethan Calder has thrown 5 innings of one-run baseball. The senior left-hander has struck out a season-high 7 batters without a walk, scattered 6 hits. He has thrown 79 pitches. He's back out here to start the 6th against the heart of the BYU order. And here with the play-by-play, it's Tom.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. Bears and the Cougars in the third and final game of this 3-game set. Baylor winning Thursday night, and yesterday afternoon BYU countered with a win. So this will decide the series. And again, you're at home. From Baylor's perspective, you feel like you just got to win these home series. First pitch on the way to McNaughton is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ezra McNaughton is 0 for 2. He has grounded out to Travis Sanders both times, once in the first and once in the fourth. Here's the 0-1. It is lined on a line to the third baseman, Dotson. He drops it. He picks it up. He throws to first, and that's an out.
Nice recovery there by Dotson. That was hit on a lone line. Had a chance to catch it, but when he knocked it down, he didn't panic. He just calmly, even with a speedy runner up there, picked it up and made the play.
And a good start to the frame for Ethan Calder. Here's Ryder Robinson. Robinson's 1 for 2. He flied out to Janusek in right field his last time up. First pitch to Robinson. Waved at him, missed. There's strike 1 on an 88-mile-per-hour fastball. Still got good stuff. And again, he's only thrown 81 pitches. Last week he threw 86 in 7 innings of work. Here's the 0-1. It's high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Snedeker and Coach Thompson elect to manage that bullpen. And as you said, there's plenty of arms down there to choose from.
You know, you mentioned Bunch was out there walking around, the Baylor closer.
Here's the 1-1. There's a strike, and it's 1-2. Good breaking ball.
That was a nice pitch from Calder. We've seen that work well for him today. Tom, they'll pitch Bunch when it's not a true save situation. I mean, it might be possible you'd see him follow Calder here.
He could. He's going to pitch today. There's no way they're not going to use him this weekend. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is outside for a ball, and that squares the count at 2-2. Wouldn't you agree that he's getting in this game?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the 7th, the 8th, or the 9th, but he's going to pitch this weekend.
If Baylor scores 10 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning,
he's going to pitch this weekend.
Let's make that happen.
Yep, 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2. Waved at him, missed. He struck him out on some high cheese, and down goes Ryder Robinson, and that's the 8th punchy for Ethan Calder. I can't say it. I know,
can't. I kind of laugh.
I just can't.
Punchies. What about Tutties over at McLean Stadium?
That's a strikeout. There's 2 down. Here's Easton Jones. Jones doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to Jones is in there for a strike. Good off speed. Again, backwards. Off speed, 74 to start the AB.
Well, when he's locating that breaking ball, that makes his 88-mile-an-hour fastball look that much faster.
Yeah, it looks like 103. Here's the 0-1 from Ethan Calder, the left-hander, and that fastball is just above the letters to square the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a borderline pitch, and Ethan's he's perplexed. He's wondering where that pitch was. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 from the southpaw is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. Bears wearing the gold jerseys today with Bears in green letters across the front of the chest.
Tom, Ethan has retired the first 2 batters in an inning, every inning but 1.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. It's 2-2. That's the heater. Dialed up at 89 miles an hour. Now let's see what he does. Is he going to stay with the fastball, Derek, or is he going to go with something off speed? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Baylor leading 3-1. Calder's ready. Here's the 2-2. Fastball, and it's lined down the right field line, and it is foul, and there's a souvenir. And I'm telling you, there's 25 kids on the berm, and they go into scatter mode.
It's like an Easter egg hunt out there.
Doesn't it? Now, you know what? Don't they have something like that coming up after the ball game?
The autograph session.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes on what has turned into a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's upstairs. Calder overthrew that one, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Baylor has Ty Johnson at left, Bo Caraway in center, Brady Janusek at right, Kate Dotson at third, Travis Sanders at short, Pearson Reebok at second, Tice Armstrong at first. The battery is J.J. Kennett and Ethan Calder. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3, fastball in the inner half. Down looking goes Jones on the 9th strikeout of the afternoon for Ethan Calder. 1, 2, 3 go the BYU Cougars in the 6th. We're on the home half of inning number 6. It is Baylor 3 and BYU 1. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Alongside Derek Smith, I'm Tom Barfield. We welcome you back to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. The Bears leading 3-1 despite being out hit today 6-3. But they've taken advantage of some opportunities, Derek, and they've also left some, as you like to say, some meat on the bone. They have stranded base runners. 7 base runners have been stranded today.
Yeah, that's more than you like, and they've missed a couple of opportunities. That remains an area to improve on. But, you like that they're getting runners on, and you just keep taking advantage here if BYU will give them to you.
Actually, it's 8 base runners that they have stranded. They have stranded a base runner, at least one in every inning in this ball game. Here's Bo Caraway. Caraway is 1 for 2 with a run scored and also a throw to home that erased a run. First pitch to Caraway. He shows bunt, takes a fastball wide for ball 1.
Just that threat is a weapon.
No doubt. 233 hitter with 3 runs driven in. Third baseman Jones sneaking in. Here's the pitch. High heat, cut on a miss. It's 1-1.
He's already had a big impact on this game, throwing out Keone Painter at home plate.
That's like an RBI. It really is. Yeah. 1 ball and 1 strike. To the left-handed hitting Bo Caraway, and the 1-1 is waved at and missed. It's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Caraway grounded out to end the second, then he singled and scored in the 4th, part of that 3-run 4th inning for the Bears. Then BYU got a run in the top of the 5th, and that's where we are, 3-1. This pitch is swung on and fouled back off of the mask of Ridge Erickson. And it's going to remain a ball and 2 strikes. Caraway then back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders and Ty Johnson. Sanders has walked 3 times in the ball game. He does not have an official at bat. 1-2 the count. Lefty-lefty matchup. And Johnson's pitch is swung on a miss. He struck him out. That's the 4th strikeout for Ashton Johnson in relief of Kaysen Bell. There's 1 down.
Well, what are the odds Sanders walks again?
Well, if he doesn't, he's got an 8-game hitting streak, Derek, and You know, if you only get one or two cracks at it
It's
because
true.
of all these free walks. Travis is hitting .383, as we mentioned, an 8-game hitting streak. 10 doubles, which leads the club. 3 homers and 20 RBIs. This weekend, he is 4 for 8 with 4 runs scored. And the pitch to Sanders is a fastball that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Starting the day, Travis hitting .354 in conference play. 0-1 to the Baylor shortstop, Travis Sanders. This is a lefty-righty matchup. This 0-1 pitch is upstairs for a ball. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bears leading 3-1. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball high, and it's 2-1. Off day tomorrow to worship and enjoy Easter. And then an off day on Monday as well before heading out to Arlington to play UTA on Tuesday night. 2 balls, 1 strike to Travis Sanders. The 2-1 pitch is down low. Ball 3. He may walk again. My goodness.
Here's something crazy. We look at his batting average, Tom. It's Easter weekend, and his on-base percentage is .486.
My goodness. 3-1 the count for the Baylor shortstop, Travis Sanders. Ashton Johnson ready. The 3-1 has popped up. Shallow right field. Pitcher, first baseman Hansen, and Hansen, the first baseman in foul territory, is going to make the catch and retire Travis Sanders.
You know, that was a big league pop-up there by Sanders. That was a strike he swung at there. I guess not going to have 4 walks at least on that at bat.
2 down now. And here's Ty Johnson. Johnson singled and drove in a pair of runs back in the 4th inning. He is 5 for 11 on the weekend, Derek, with a pair of runs scored and 4 runs driven in. By far his best weekend in league play. First pitch to Ty is a slider for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, it would be a very good thing for the Bears, Tom, if he could make this 2-hole his own and never give it back up this season.
Oh, yeah, you'd love that.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way the lineup is constructed today, don't you?
Yeah.
0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's low for a ball, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Johnson to the stretch. The lefty with a long pause, and now the 1-1 pitch is swung on, and it is belted to center field, but going back on it is Wolfgram. He's got plenty of room with the wind blowing in, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. Bears go 1, 2, 3 the 6th. We're on to the 7th with Baylor leading 3-1 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with
I think he
Harley
hit that on the
Davidson of
button,
Waco.
but
You're right. Tom, that's the first time Baylor's been retired in order all weekend.
All week?
Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley Davidson of Waco.
That is correct.
Fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins in a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call an order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Cameron Savoy is back in our studios. Derek Smith, Tom Barfield, we're glad to have you with us as we roll into the top of the 7th inning here on this Saturday afternoon. The Bears leading 3-1. They'll face Tualau Wolfgram, Matt Hansen, and Ridge Erickson as Ethan Calder continues to heat up here on this Saturday afternoon. As we mentioned, Baylor is going to be out on the road on Tuesday, part of a 4-game road swing. The Bears will play in Arlington against UTA. That is a 6 o'clock first pitch. Then on to Cincinnati, Ohio to take on the Bearcats. And make note of these start times. 5 o'clock on Friday night, 2 o'clock on Saturday night, and 11 o'clock a.m. on Sunday. Remember, it's an East Coast swing for the Bears, so they those times are Central times for us, and we'll be playing really at 6 o'clock their time, 3 o'clock their time, and noon their time. But here back home, 6, 5, 5, 2, and 11 for the game times against the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Tualau Wolfgram is 0 for 2 today. He's 2 for 9 for the weekend. He'll climb in for the Cougars. I think he'll climb in. At some point, he will climb in. Now he does. We're ready to go. Ethan Calder kicks and comes home, and the first pitch is swung on and lifted high in the air to right field. Coming in on it is Janusek. Going out on it is Reebok, and Pearson Reebok will make the call. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, a good start for R.J. Rue out of the pen here as he gets a 1 pitch out right off the bat. You like that efficiency.
Wow, I did notice that. It is R.J. Rue. Trade one lefty for another.
Yeah, it's good. How about a 6 innings of 1-run baseball from Calder?
My goodness, I apologize. I did not notice that R.J. had snuck into the game, and R.J. sends the first pitch home to Matt Hansen, and it swung on and foul back.
Yeah, Calder will finish today, Tom, with 9 strikeouts without a walk.
Yes. Huge day. Here's the 0-1. Swung on a miss. It's 0-2. And how about R.J. Rue coming in dealing?
Tell you what, if he could bridge the 7th inning or a little beyond that, that gives you a lot of options.
0-2 the count. As R.J. Rue kicks and comes home, and the 0-2 to Hansen is lowered away for a ball. Here's the line for Ethan Calder. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, and it was earned. No walks, 9 strikeouts, 92 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. The 1-2. In the air down the left field line. This one is slicing foul into the auxiliary bleachers down the left field line. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes. I didn't realize the pitch count had jumped up to 92.
Yeah, free pitching.
Yep.
From Ethan Calder. No walks, no hit batters. They only got 1 run and they had to earn it.
And no errors committed, so nobody got a freebie. Here's the 1-2. It's lowered away, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. R.J. Rue at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty kicks and comes home. The 2-2 is on the ground. Sharply hit backhanded on 1 hop by Tice Armstrong. He'll grab it and go to the bag himself. There's a little web gem for you.
What a reaction. That ball hopped up on him in an absolute hurry. About 100 miles off the bat, and he was able to make the grab shoulder high as he went down to an end and take it himself.
This is the 6th appearance, by the way, for R.J. Rue in conference play, and he is 1-0 with an ERA under 2, 1.93. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Erickson, the catcher. RJ's ready. The pitch to Erickson is just a bit inside for a ball. Ridge Erickson is 4 for 7 in the series. He struck out looking in the second to end the second inning. Then he grounded out in the 5th. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon, and as we mentioned, 4 for 7 on the weekend. 1-0 is inside for a ball. It's 2-0, but he's had a heck of a weekend. Derek, he's scored 4 runs. He's driven in 5 runs for the weekend. The first 2 days were really big for Erickson.
You know, if you had a plus-minus for how many runs you'd saved and how many you've driven in, I mean, it would be huge for him this weekend, defense and offense.
No question. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and the 2-0. hit in the air to left field. This should be easy for Ty Johnson, and it is. It's a 1-2-3 seventh for R.J. Rue onto the home half of the seventh. It is stretch time at the ballpark with our score, Baylor 3 and BYU 1. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears lead it this afternoon 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. For the Bears, they've got 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they have left 8 men on base. For BYU, they've got a run on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they have stranded 3 base runners. It has been well pitched. And Derek, normally on the third day of a series, it's a lot of pitching changes and a lot of things go on. But so far in this one, Baylor's used 2 arms and BYU has used 2 arms.
Well, Baylor has been fantastic on the mound, I would say, today. And BYU they've made some meaningful pitches when they've really needed them.
Janusek, Armstrong, and Ewings. Kind of feel like this is a frame in which the Bears may be able to get something going, and if they're going to stretch that lead, this would be a great frame to get it done. Bottom of the 7th. Janusek, who has an 11-game hitting streak starting today, is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and then flied out to end the fourth. A .336 average. The pitch to Janusek is swung on, and it's a high fly ball out into right field. Herdsman coming in on it, and Herdsman on one pitch will make the catch, and there's 1 out.
Well, as you've said, Tom, just not the day to hit the ball in the air, unfortunately.
No, not today. Here's Tice Armstrong. Tice is 0 for 2. He flied out to end the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, then he flied out to end the fourth inning when he sent a fly ball out to right field. Ashton Johnson, working from the stretch, delivers his 60th pitch of the ball game, and it's a fastball at 86 miles an hour. It's a strike, and it's 0-1. Ewing's on deck. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Bears on top 3-1. Deep breath. Johnson's ready. Here's the pitch. Checks his swing on a pitch low and away, and he laid off of that low and away pitch. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. Wind really picking up out of the north. Here's the 1-1. There's a fastball that's upstairs. It's 2-1. I mean, it has turned into an absolute gorgeous afternoon. 2 balls, 1 strike. Johnson to the stretch. The lefty's ready. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and popped up. Foul territory, first base side, but this one's going to reach the seats. Or actually, it hits the netting. I thought it was destined for the seats, but it hits the protective netting and carries right back out to home plate. But it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So got some strange game times, Derek, in Cincinnati. This pitch is swung on and popped up straight back. We'll do it again. An 11 a.m. get-out-of-town game on Sunday.
How about that?
Noon there, but 11 for us.
That is still early.
Yeah. Thank you very much. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. He just did get a piece of it to stay alive. That was a breaking ball at 76 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Baylor has produced runs in the 4th inning. They produced a 3 spot in the 4th, and that's it. 2-2 bounces in for a ball, and it's 3-2. BYU picked up a run in the top of the 5th, and that's it. A lot of goose eggs, a lot of Easter eggs on that scoreboard this afternoon.
And it could have been 2 runs, but Bo Caraway threw out a runner at home plate that looms large.
Indeed it does. Full count to Armstrong. Here's the payoff. Swung on and a high fly ball out to left field. Out goes the shortstop Robinson. In comes the left fielder, and it's going to be Painter, the left fielder, calling off Robinson just at the last moment to make the catch, and there's 2 down.
Boy, that was a big league pop-up.
Yes, it was.
That was taller than the Alico, I think, out there.
2 out. Oh, we're going to get a pinch hitter for Ewings. It's going to be Robert De La Garza.
Tom, did you see at the beginning of the regular season, now this wasn't a pop-up, this was a moonshot, Yordan Alvarez for the Astros hit a fly ball to right field that actually scraped the roof. It would have been a home run, but it scraped the roof and bounced down into foul territory.
Oh, my goodness. De La Garza takes a 58-foot fastball for ball 1. It bounced in, and there's ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning. Johnson to the stretch. The lefty is ready, and here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball that's wide to De La Garza, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. I truly believe, Derek, the hardest thing in sports is to pinch hit. You sit there for 2 hours spectating, then they give you a round stick to go hit a round ball. Here's the 2-0. There's a fastball low and away, and it's ball 3.
And you might see a guy throw a 95, or you might see a guy who's got a good mix of pitches like Johnson has, and there you go.
It's a tough assignment. There's no question. 3-0. It's outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter, De La Garza. And that'll pass the bat on to Pearson Reebok. Reebok is hitless in 3 trips. He flied out in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and then a failed sacrifice where he popped out in the 5th inning. So hitless in 2 trips. He's 0 for 7 against Cougar pitching this weekend. Johnson's ready. Here's the pitch. There's a slider for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Let's go, Reebok. Let's go, Baylor. Let's go, Reebok.
0-1 the count. And a throw over to first base. Back standing in plenty of time is Robert De La Garza.
A leather-lunged fan out there trying to spur on a 2-out rally.
Indeed. 0-1 the count. Johnson checks at first base. A second check. Here's the pitch to Reebok, and it's laced down the left field line, but this one's slicing foul, and it's 0-2. 6 o'clock, Derek, on Tuesday night rather than 6:30. That's a nice note.
Yeah, and that'll be, 7 o'clock Cincinnati time.
No, 6 o'clock on Tuesday in Arlington.
You know what? I was still thinking Cincinnati when you say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we start early Tuesday.
We start at 5 o'clock.
Our time
against Cincinnati on Friday night. Yeah. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Reebok. Waved at him, miss. He struck him out, and that is the inning. No runs, no hits. A man is left. We're going to the 8th. Our score, it is Baylor 3 and BYU 1. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra, built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
7 in the books here from beautiful Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, and the Bears lead it by a score of 3-1 for the Bears. 3 runs on 3 hits. They have not committed an error. They've left 9 men on base. For BYU, they've got a run on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they have stranded 3 base runners. As we head to the top of the 8th inning, the Bears are going to send out Caleb Bunch to pitch. He takes over for R.J. Rue, who worked a perfect 7th inning. And now it's Caleb Bunch's turn, looking for a 6-out save here on this Saturday afternoon to not only pick up the save but secure a series win for the Bears. So Bunchy out there for Baylor here in the top of the 8th inning. Caleb Bunch going to the mound for the 12th time this year. He is 3-1 with 3 saves and a 1.42 earned run average. In 19 innings of work, he has given up just 3 runs on 12 hits. He has struck out 21. He's walked 10 opponents, hitting 185 off of Caleb Bunch. And Derek, in conference play, even better. 5 appearances, 2 saves, and an ERA of 1.08.
That's pretty good.
That's getting it done. As we head to the 8th inning, Bunch is going to face 8, 9, and 1. Painter, Graham, and Herdsman. And here to bring us home with the win is Derek.
Hey, thank you, Tom. And I got to say, what a great inning by R.J. Rue, clean, crisp, efficient. And, you know, that's just one outing that we might not remember at the end of the year, but he did a perfect job bridging starter to closer. And that was big. That was big for this team. And I think on this Saturday getaway game, you couldn't have drawn it up a whole lot better than the way it's playing out if Bunch does what Bunch does.
Yeah, if he's his normal self, then yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you draw it up to get a win and to secure a series win in conference play and continue moving forward.
It'll be Riker Scow to pinch hit for Keone Painter. We saw Scow pinch hit yesterday as well, and 324 hitter steps in the right-handed batter's box against the right-handed throwing Bunch, sprays the first pitch foul back, and it's 0-1 for the Bears. 3 runs on 3 hits. They've committed an error. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, I beg your pardon. And they have stranded 9 men on base. A run, 6 hits, 1 error, 3 left for BYU. Bunch just misses the outside corner with a breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Just a 3-hit day for the Bears. Their bats have been kept reasonably quiet by BYU, but Baylor has taken advantage of the freebies they've been given in some cases, and enough at this point. Backdoor breaking ball for a strike from Caleb Bunch, and it's 1-2. Boy, these are 6 big outs Caleb Bunch is trying to amass for the Bears. He winds and he fires up and in with the fastball, brushes Scow back. Chance to win a series here at home. Baylor had chances their first 2 series, but lost to West Virginia at home, Oklahoma State on the road. But then last week, the sweep of Houston in Houston. Now today, an opportunity to close out a series win at home. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. 1 down in the top of the 8th. Now Caleb Bunch. First time all year, I believe, that Baylor has been able to wait until, certainly in Big 12, that Baylor has been able to wait until the getaway game to pitch him. You know, they could have done that against, New Mexico State, some dominant wins at the beginning of the year, but that's not what they did. But you've needed him these last few weeks on either the Friday or Saturday or the Thursday or Friday, depending on how the series has been set up. Backdoor slider for a strike to Graham, and it's 0-1.
Well, it's simple. As hard as wins are to come by in this league, when you have an opportunity to get a win and you need him, you pitch him.
Yes. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Tries the slider again off the plate away, and it's even at a ball and a strike. The winner of this game would also have the tiebreaker over the other team in the event of a tie record-wise in Big 12 action. There's a fastball sinking over the outside corner with some bite, and it's 1-2. Big 6'6" right-hander Caleb Bunch. Flashes the glove and the 1-2 pitch. Another strikeout. Got him with the breaking ball. And there's 2 down. Swing and a miss by Graham. And it's back to the top of the order for Bryker Herdsman.
Bottom just dropped out of the pitch. I mean, it just dropped out, and he swings over the top of it. And that is a great start for Bunchy.
Here's Bryker Herdsman. 1 for 3 today. He's got 4 hits on the weekend, and he dribbles one right at the second baseman there. On the throw, Pearson Reebok gets it there in plenty of time, and that is a crisp, efficient 1-2-3 inning turned in by Caleb Bunch. Baylor pitchers have now retired 9 in a row. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bears will bat for what we hope will be the final time. They lead BYU 3-1 in the middle of the 8th on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Bears fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Bears baseball. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. It's a 3-1 Baylor lead. It'll be Kennett, Dodson, and Caraway due up against Ashton Johnson, who took over for BYU back in the 5th inning. Beg your pardon, in the 3rd inning. And has pitched the rest of the way since then. He's allowed 3 runs on 2 hits in 4 2/3 innings, but he has walked 4 batters, and that has been a difference maker. J.J. Kennett will lead things off, and the pitch from Johnson way up and in. Ball 1. Well, you would love some insurance. Baylor has done a good job extending leads in their wins as of late. See if they can manufacture something here. A curveball clips the outside corner, and it's 1-1 to J.J. Kennett. 0 for 3 for today. His batting average now at .286. Johnson with a stretch. Here's a 1-1 above the zone with a cut fastball, and the count is 2-1.
Let's go, Baylor! Let's go, Baylor!
2-1. Johnson with the pitch, pours it in at 85. A cutter there, and it's 2-1.
TCU is leading Kansas State, Derek, 7-3. That game's in the bottom of the 7th up in the Little Apple.
Kansas State, they can score some runs. Holding them to 3 is good. 2-2. Johnson cuts it loose, and that is tagged right at the first baseman for an out. Line drive, but a bit capped off the end of the bat right at Matt Hansen for the out. But a nice piece of hitting by J.J. Kennett.
Yeah, 2 feet to either side of the first baseman, Hansen. That ball's into right field. I mean, he hit it on the button. That's baseball, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then the next guy may get a 14 hopper that gets through.
Here is Cade Dodson. You know, Tom, it's interesting today. BYU is hitting .500 with runners on. Baylor is hitting .125. Now, the thing is, Baylor's had way more bites at the apple. There's a foul ball by Dodson, and it's 0-1. Baylor is 2 of 16 with runners aboard. BYU is 2 of 4. That speaks to how efficient Baylor pitching was today. Here is the pitch. Golf down the left field line, a ways towards the corner. That's going to drift on out of play. That's in the Baylor bullpen.
And they were really good on the mound, and they were really good defensively.
Yes, that's true. Great play by Travis Sanders.
Yeah.
Great play by Tice Armstrong.
And all
great
the
play
routines.
by Bo Caraway.
Yeah, in all the routines.
Dodson battling here in a 0-2 hole. And, you know, you pitch well, you play good defense, you can weather a day when your offense isn't at its best, and still not, that job is not done, but they've got him in position to do so. 0-2. Here is the pitch. Oh, that bounces up there. That was a poor release point from Johnson, and the Baylor dugout is having some fun. That ball was maybe that bounced about halfway between the mound and home.
Well, yeah, it did, but the problem is he stood there for about 10 seconds in the stretch position. I mean, it's almost like he talked himself out of it, Derek.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2 to Dodson. Breaking ball slices into the opposite batter's box, and it is 2-2. Max Calderon tells us, by the way, that scoreless outing for R.J. Rouet, that perfect 7th. His 12th scoreless outing of the year and his 6th consecutive. The 2-2 pitch to Dodson, a chopper foul.
Well, and you know, again, R.J. came in with brilliant numbers, particularly in conference play. As we mentioned, before that perfect inning, he had an ERA of 1.93 in conference play. I mean, that's good.
He certainly did his job again today. Baylor now trying to pad the lead for the bullpen. The 2-2 pitch is bounced into right field, a base hit. Cade Dodson, his first hit of the day, and he is aboard. Let's see what the Bears can do, and will we see a... No, we will not see a pinch hitter. Bo Caraway is heading up there, the left-handed batter. Caraway today, his first hit in Big 12 action. He's 1 for 3. 2 outs. And 1 out, I beg your pardon, and a runner at first base. There's a snap throw over.
I'd throw over there, too. Yeah. I'm telling you, I would throw over there, too.
I would like to see, if you could get Dodson 6 for 6 in the stolen base department this year. And the pitch, down and in, ball 1.
Yeah, Ashton Johnson better pay attention to Cade Dodson.
Over 50 steals this year for the Bears. Dodson off the bag a few steps, held on by Hansen at first. Here is the pitch. It's fouled back to even the count at 1-1.
Our next Big 12 conference opponent, the Cincinnati Bearcats, are in Stillwater taking on Oklahoma State. They're just underway, bottom of the first. The Cowboys have grabbed a 1-0 lead. Oklahoma State won last night.
1-1. Going to be a toss over, and he's back standing up. You know, Cincinnati has been a team that's really handled its business well since moving to the Big 12. You know, nothing super fancy, but they've played good baseball and earned everyone's respect quickly. That's going to be a big series.
They're 21-11.
Yeah. Here's a 1-1. The runner goes. The throw down. Bounces off of the glove of the shortstop Robinson, and that's a steal for Dodson.
That's silly. He stole the base standing up.
He did.
He stole it standing up.
Not a great throw there by the catcher, and whatever the case, Dodson was going to get there anyway.
Now you got a couple of whacks at it, don't you, Derek, to get a run home.
He's in scoring position. Dodson off the bag at second, and the pitch to Caraway, sliced foul. If you're wondering, BYU is going to have their 3 best hitters due up in the top of the 9th inning: McNaughton, Robinson, and Jones. And while you have full confidence in Caleb Bunch, an extra run or more would be nice. Bo Caraway, this is a big at-bat for the true freshman. Dodson at second. The 2-2 pitch. Jones cuts it loose. That is inside, ball 3.
Camden Cluett is throwing for the Bears down in the pen.
Let's go, Baylor!
Payoff on the way, and Caraway fights off another good battle here.
This is a good AB.
Pesky.
Yeah, this has been a good AB for Bo Caraway.
Well, you like what he's done in his first Big 12 start here. All the bigger if he could bring home a run. Payoff on the way, and Caraway strikes out with a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Ridge Erickson, and there's 2 away. Chase the high heater there. 6 strikeouts for Johnson, and here's a good 2-out hitter, though, making his way to the plate in Travis Sanders. Sanders 0 for 1 today. He's walked 3 times and scored a run.
This is his
34 straight games, Tom.
His last chance to extend a hitting streak. He's got 3 walks and 1 official plate appearance. And no, he's not.
Nope, they're going to intentionally walk him.
That's 4 walks today for Travis Sanders.
Yeah, so his hitting streak will come to an end in 8 games, most likely, but the on-base streak rolls on at 34 now. Here is Ty Johnson. Make him pay. He's 1 for 3 today, or 1 for 4 rather, with a 2-run single. That's the difference in this game right now. A 3-1 Baylor lead. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch from Johnson, low, ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ty Johnson is 5 for 12 on the weekend. A base hit here could give Baylor a big insurance run. Ticks the bat up and down as Johnson cuts it loose, way up high, 2-0.
About to throw his 95th pitch is Johnson. Now we got time, and the head coach is coming out to talk to the home plate umpire, and while he does that, Luke Sterner is up and heating for BYU in their pen. I think he was just verifying how many visits he had left before he had to make the change, and that also stalled a couple of seconds and let him get a couple of more throws in. Obviously he's getting close to the end of the line is Ashton Johnson, but I'm telling you what, what he's done has been pretty darn good.
Impressive, yeah.
Yeah, because it was not looking good for Kaysen Bell, the starter.
No, and he's given up. Right now you're hoping he's on the hook for the decision for the loss, and that's what you want. But he's done a nice job today as the meeting adjourns. You know, they could talk through things. They got forces at second and third. But hopefully Ty Johnson renders that moot.
Well, one spot right here for Ty Johnson. He's ahead of the count 2-0. He's looking for 1 pitch to drive.
He awaits the 2-0. Johnson cuts it loose, and that is grounded into the shift. They had it played perfectly, a high throw from the second baseman, but it's in time. That would be a run-scoring base hit 99 times out of 100, but BYU had the shift on. Patrick Graham in shallow right field, and that was the one time that it was not. And so we head to the top of the 9th inning. It remains 3-1 Bears, who need 3 more outs. Caleb Bunch going out there to try to get that. If he does so, the Bears will nail down a series. The 9th inning ahead on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
At Magnolia Realty, award-winning agents set the bar for professional professionalism and excellence. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Magnolia's full-service brokerage will guide you through every step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's a 3-1 Baylor lead as we head to the top of the ninth inning. Caleb Bunch retired the side in order in the 8th, and now we'll face the heart of the BYU order, trying to nail down a victory on this Saturday afternoon. It's the rubber match. The winner claims the series, and the Bears are in front in the 9th. Baylor pitchers have done a nice job throughout the game and got even better as it has gone on right now. 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings, but some good hitters to face. Here's Ezra McNaughton, 0 for 3 today. The first pitch from Bunch is a fastball down, ball 1. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Bears, 9 men left. A run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Cougars, 3 stranded. Here is the 1-0 on the way. That one is belted into left field. Ty Johnson trots back to it, puts it away, and that's the first out. Here's Ryder Robinson, 1 for 3. BYU scored their lone run in the 5th inning and got what appeared to be a run-scoring base hit to cut the Baylor lead down to 1, but Bo Caraway threw out Patrick Graham trying to score, and may not matter, but it certainly feels big. It may not matter in terms of the final score, I should say, but here comes the pitch to Ryder Robinson. That is in for a strike. Baylor might well win 3-1, just like they could have won 3-2, but what a big play that was.
It changes the way the game's managed
Yes,
by
it
both
does.
of these head coaches, I can assure you that.
Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Bunch with the 0-1 downstairs, and the count is even.
You just approach it differently, Derek, when
Yeah.
you're playing for 1 as opposed to playing for 2.
Baylor pitchers have made it hard for them to play strategy in the latter innings, though. Robinson with a chopper, first base side. Tice Armstrong gathers it in, throws to a covering Bunch, and there's 2 down. That was not the easiest play in the world. It pulled Armstrong way off the line. Bunch, though, fields his position well, and I should say even beyond that, he knows his defensive assignments. He got over there, took the feed, and the Bears need 1 more out.
It was a tough play for Tice. It was a tough play for Bunchy, and they both did their jobs, and now you're in a situation where you are 1 out away.
The batter is Easton Jones. Here is the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Baylor pitchers have been very, very good today. Just 1 run allowed. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball away, and the count evens at 1-1. As a staff today, 11 strikeouts for Baylor pitchers, and a goose egg, 0 in the walk column. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off, and the Cougars are down to their final strike.
Baylor fans are on their feet.
They're making some noise, trying to encourage the Bears to that 1 more strike.
Now this is cool to see.
Easton Jones, 1 for 3 today, steps back in. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and that is bounced foul wide of third. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again.
Kind of anticlimactic, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it 1 more time. One and 2. Bunch rocks and fires, and it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Chomes reach the on-deck hitter to allow Wolfgren, would come up representing the potential tying run. 2-2. Easton Jones waits. Bunch pitches, and he struck him out swinging. And the Bears claim the series finale 3-1, the final score. They win the series here against BYU. Back-to-back series wins in Big 12 play for the Bears. And Tom, timely hitting, but what can you say about the job that the Baylor pitchers and defensive unit did today?
It starts on the mound. I mean, the game is predicated by what happens on the bump. And that's true in Little League, and it's true all the way up to the big leagues. And what a job this pitching staff has done! What a job they did defensively. When you can pitch and play defense, then you're gonna play, and they did today. 3-1.
3-1 the final. The Bears improved to 7-5 in Big 12 play as they claimed the series against BYU. Our postgame show is coming up next. We'll hear from Coach Thompson, Ethan Calder, and Ty Johnson straight ahead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
This has been live coverage of Baylor baseball. Now, it's time for the post-game show. Brought to you by Bubba's 33.
Yes.
Scratch-made food for all. Gulf States Toyota.
Yeah, let me get a few highlights I just saw, and I'll bring it to you.
Hospital and Health
I will.
System of Baylor Athletics. Your health care, your way. Premier ER and urgent care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Stay tuned as we break down the game, listen to highlights, talk with Coach Thompson, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Join us April 23rd at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco for our next Lunch with the Legend, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach. Our
Yes, sir.
guest will be Hall of Fame former.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's BU 3-0. I think when they hit the fly to the center field and he came to touch the go to the home plate.
300. Join us.
Break is over.
Yeah.
Mike McGraw, presented by.
Gotcha. I got you.
Okay.
Sports.
Yes, sir.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra's built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Johnson with the stretch, the 1-0 pitch, and that one is lifted out to right field. It's going to bring Herdsman in on a long run, and he chases it down, stumbles, Sanders tags, here he comes, he scores! He ran hard, that brought the right fielder in, but he was off balance on the run, and Herdsman just didn't have a good opportunity to square up. Baylor with some aggressive base running, it's 3-0.
the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour.
You're welcome, sir.
Refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
No, Mom, I do.
Let your taste decide.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Good close to a good weekend. Baylor a 3-1 victory today over BYU to secure a series victory. Baylor now 7-5 in Big 12 play, 18-13 overall. The Bears will finish the day no worse than tied for 4th in conference action. A long way to go, but you can only play the ones you play right now, and Baylor has won 7 of their first 12 and put themselves in good position heading into a tough stretch. So let's talk about this a little bit, Tom. You got great pitching today, great defense, and some timely hitting. That's a formula. That's a formula for success no matter who you're playing. It is going to get tougher. Baylor goes to UT Arlington on Tuesday night on the road, and then at Cincinnati, and you are going to play a stretch of 3 consecutive teams, 2 of them on the road, who were top 50 RPI. Cincinnati's not a big name, but they're good. They're good, and that's going to be a big road series. And we'll mention that you chase those with versus TCU at home and then at Arizona State. So you know it doesn't get any easier, but you just start with what's ahead. Baylor has proven that I think they can get it done against some teams that you hope they would in Houston and BYU. Now the next step in their maturation, their evolution as a team that's trying to pursue a berth in a regional is to find a way to get it done on the road against some really good teams.
And it is, and you mentioned Cincinnati. They're quietly 20-plus win season, Derek. I mean, it's a good ball club. Make no mistake about it. The Cincinnati Bearcats are a good baseball team. They're in Stillwater this weekend taking on the Cowboys, and we know how good the Cowboys are in their home ballpark. They play a different brand of baseball when they're at home, so it's a little different animal. But Cincinnati's a good club. They've already run 20-plus games, and, top to bottom, the balance of this league is just this year. I didn't, and I still don't know that there's that team that's just that far out in front of everybody. And I know UCF's kind of created a little separation, as has West Virginia, and maybe even to a degree Kansas. But I just think that this league is so competitive, top to bottom. You don't know from weekend to weekend what's going to happen, and look, anything can happen from weekend to weekend because of the competitive balance of this conference.
You can, and I'll tell you one thing that's big for the Bears in the midst of that. For the second consecutive weekend, you got at least 16 innings from your starters. 2 of your 3 starters go 6 innings this week. Zach Wallace goes 4 yesterday. So 5 of your last 6 games, your starters gone 5 innings or more. When Baylor got 3 starters going 5 innings last week or more, It had been 3 years since that happened. I don't know the last time you've gone back-to-back weekends getting at least 16 innings from your starter. You may have to go back a long, long ways, but whatever the case, that helps. You know, you would hope that Baylor is getting a little more healthy, and the starters are. Now, we don't know about Stephon Stahl. He left the game yesterday. It did not look good. We know that. He's being evaluated. I mean, I think we're concerned for him, but you want to see what he can do. But he's being evaluated, and we'll go from there. But your starters are healthy. You can build on that. You've got good pitchers in the bullpen. I think you could still use one or two more to step up, but. I'll tell you what, when the starters go 5 or 6 innings each game, you can be a little choosier, and Baylor's been able to. In fact, today again, R.J. Ruway, 6 straight scoreless outings. You need 1 inning from him, then you get 2 innings from your closer, and you got to win.
Well, you mentioned that he hasn't thrown all weekend. Well, why? Well, because it all started back on Thursday with Davenport's start. It all begins with that first starter, and Davenport was terrific. And what did that do? That allowed Sned and Toppy to change the way they managed the bullpen for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, 100%.
And therefore today you had, I mean, if you needed, thank goodness you didn't, but if you needed a bunch for 3, maybe even 4 innings, it was available to you because of the way you pitched on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it was big, and it just set up nicely. And even though yesterday wasn't perfect, there were some good things and a lot better things on Thursday and Saturday en route to a series win. Baylor's second in a row. Well, the kids have cleared up the Easter eggs.
Boy, have they ever.
Split down there on the on the field. They gobbled those up just like that, and now the Bears will enjoy a day off for Easter, and you're grateful for that. I think, Tom, we're grateful to be here at a place where when the coach talks about celebrating what really matters, he means that Mitch Thompson cares about winning a lot, but there are bigger things on his plate, and it's things that are eternal, and we appreciate that. And as we celebrate Christ's death and resurrection this weekend and his sacrifice for us, that's something we all share together here as Christians and as Baylor family members who love the Lord, and we're glad to be able to have that time tomorrow without baseball, even though we love being here. Without baseball tomorrow.
Well, that was the message that Will Glatch had this afternoon for the men's group, my men's group from Meadowbrook Baptist Church. It was, hey, I love baseball, but baseball's just a game. It's your walk, your daily walk with your Savior, and that was his message. Is make that number one. Everything else will take care of itself. And it was a great message from Will Glatch, a young man who just knows exactly where he's at in life at a young age. I mean, I wish I was that grounded at 23. But he is. I mean, he really is.
That's fantastic. Well, happy Easter, everybody. We appreciate you being with us. We'll talk to you next week, but we'll enjoy this game tonight, celebrate Easter tomorrow, and get back to it on Tuesday. It's going to wrap things up here. Bears win a series over BYU, and we want to say thanks to our producer, Cameron Savoy. Cameron, happy Easter to you. We appreciate all you do. Speaking for him and Tom Barfield, I'm Derek Smith. Again, the final. Baylor 3, BYU 1. The Bears claim the series. We'll talk to you in Arlington next week.
You've been listening.
All right, great win, guys, and happy Easter, everybody.